y'all be loving this shit right here. N-I-C-K mumbling is right here. People in the house, put them hands in the air, cause if you don't vote, then we don't care. 1, 2, 3 times 2 to the 6. Jonesing for your fix, so that devil politics mix. So where the fudge you at, punk? Shut the fudge up and back the fudge up while we fudge this track up. On your flags up, on your flags up, on your flags up, on your flags up, on your flags up. Retort in, now retort out. Hands up now, hands down. Back out, tell me what you're gonna duck now. Republicans in now, Democrats out. Guns up now, hands down. Black up, tell me what you're gonna vote now. Dabbling, 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 dabbling. Keep dabbling, 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 dabbling. Come on. Keep dabbling, 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 dabbling. 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 You wanna mess with dabbling in politics? You can't mess with dabbling in politics. Listen, we debate it all every week Saturday night, and this YouTube thing right here. Yo, we're doing it all the time, so you better get some better views and get saved up all the time. So we got the gang set, so don't complain yet. 24/7, never begging for a rain check. Old school dabble is blasting out the political shit. The back and forth shit, put bounce in the dabble pit. On your flags up, on your flags up, on your flags up, on your flags up, on your flags up. Retort in, now retort out. Hands up now, hands down. Back up, tell me what you're gonna duck now. Republicans in now, Democrats out. Guns up now, hands down. Black up, tell me what you're gonna vote now. Dabbling, 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 dabbling. Keep dabbling, 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 dabbling. Come on. Keep dabbling, 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 dabbling. 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 Hey ladies, where you at? Hey fellas, where you at? And the dabblers that don't give a fuck, where you at?
Hey everybody, welcome. The fuck? Can't hear myself. Okay. Welcome to Dabbling in Politics number 46. Multiple weeks in the making, I believe, as we were having trouble getting this one out, so it's changed a tiny bit. We're still going to cover candidate Joseph Samuel Catalano's recordings of him, his wife, and the 2 agents, I believe, going over the FEMA fraud. But we're gonna kind of pick it up like halfway, 2/3 of the way through the recording, where things start getting a little juicy or interesting. The first, I'm glad Joey played the whole thing. It was very important for transparency reasons. But the at least the first half was them going over documents that we couldn't, see or whatever. What's going on, Matt? And I believe, they were, Joey can address in the chat. I see he's here. I think they were just trying to set Mrs. C up is what they were doing. And then we start listening right just a little bit before the agent drops the act and is like, I know this, I know that, I know this. And then it gets interesting. And then if we have time, we'll go into Joey explaining a little bit more of it. But we also want to touch on the massive news that's going on right now, which is, the U.S. and Israel going after Iran, and Iran kind of fighting back. And just to end it on a little bit of fun, since that happened the same night as the whole Stuttering John, Anthony Cumia, Rodney's fiasco, we'll figure we'll cover that a little bit too, since everyone's talking about it. Just so it's not really politically related, but John has a politics show. You could say there was some bombings going on at Rodney's that night, so we'll squeeze it in there. Anyway, enough of me. Let me bring on my co-host, Mr. Liquid Cryptid. How we doing, sir?
Hello, everybody. It's nice to be
Finally.
back on YouTube. I think last week was my first one of our shows back where I would have had my channel back.
Yep. Yes.
So I get to chat in the chat again.
Oh, that's right. You couldn't even do that. Yeah.
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 Well, I could, but
yeah.
that would have been a ban evasion. Right?
Yeah, I started the last one we did like 2 weeks ago. I put I put your YouTube channel back in the description, as I hadn't been doing that in a while since you didn't have one there. I am an idiot. I am stalling for a second. I have the Joey. I edited the Joey thing, and I realized I never uploaded it to my G drive, so I'm doing that real quick.
Oh, good.
So we
So
can
anyway,
watch it. Yeah, there we go.
there were several bombings this weekend.
Yeah.
The biggest one was in Manhattan, I think.
That is, while I'm stalling, maybe we can talk about that just briefly before we get into it.
Yeah, let's stall a little bit.
Yeah, did you see any of John tonight? I actually didn't see his show yesterday, but I was watching him a little bit tonight before we went live.
Just a little bit of yesterday's, obviously, because I recorded them. So I got it. But my computers, my automation computer that I use for recording all this stuff crashed.
Ugh.
Well, I was trying to fix something and do something, and I fucked up the install, and then it wouldn't boot anymore. And I'm like, oh shit! This is like 8:00 Friday morning or something like that.
Yeah.
So I like scrambling to reinstall everything, get it all put back together. No, wait, it was late Friday, so I had to actually set up my gaming computer to actually record John and record everything. It was just like it's been a week of just an absolute mess of everything. Just right when the time, like, this thing's been going and recording and solid for like since September, right? Like I've restarted it a couple of times for some updates. Absolutely solid. The one night or the one weekend when I really needed it to be solid, it just goes to shit.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. Thank God nothing happened in the the Dabbleverse regarding Stuttering John. Thank God.
That's what I said. It was
Yeah.
like, as I said, I was like, oh shit, Friday. I need all this stuff up and going by Friday. But I've actually created an all new application that actually can record several videos at once now, and it doesn't need OBS or even you don't even need to have a browser installed. To tell you the truth, it just directly downloads from YouTube, and I think I got it pretty much all worked out now.
God. Yeah, I felt like an idiot this week because I we changed a little bit between two hacks where I pick the video clips and I edit them down between 4 and 6 minutes, so everything's like between 4 and 6 minutes. And Echo wants like the biggest stories of the week, the biggest show. So of course the whole thing leading up to Friday is John and Rodney's. It's Vince calling and saying they only got 16 tickets. It's Cumia saying he's coming, to all of a sudden everyone in the world's coming, to like Keanu talking on the phone with the fucking guy that runs Rodney's and all this blah blah blah. And I'm like, I have to get all these to Echo by noontime on Friday. So I'm like, okay, it's so heavily in the Rodney's thing. By the time we go live Saturday afternoon, the gigs would have happened. So it's like, is any of this gonna matter? Is any of it gonna be relevant? And of course, the gig ends up being like a madhouse. So I'm like, ugh. It actually was kind of good in a way because we got to kind of relive how it all went down. Like in hindsight, I think the reason why John wasn't upset when he found out there were only 16 tickets at the time is I think he was kind of relieved. I don't think he wanted this big madhouse like he ended up getting, So it might have been like what he was hoping, that he'd only have like 16, 20 people there. And then anyway, we'll give our opinions on what we think John did. If we agree with what John didn't agree. Actually, Cryptid and I haven't even talked about it, so it'll be interesting. But
expect that conversation at the end of the show.
End of the show. We'll end it on a lighter note. It's funny. We're actually starting off Dabbleverse. We'll get into the real. No, I'm not saying real world, but the whole rest of the world is focused on what's going on in Iran, and then we'll end it with another Dabbleverse. So we were trying to do this Joey one. I can't remember if it was last week or 2 weeks. It just seems like we can never get it out. I had tech issues one night, so we couldn't go live, and then I forget what happened, but I forget. But yeah, so this has kind of been in the works a little while now. So as I said, I've cut this stream pretty much in half, and we're probably not going to watch this whole thing here. But I
watched it last week, I think. Yeah, I think it was last week, and then you had the tech issues. Your internet was just crap.
Yes.
Like we were backstage, and Nick was just a slideshow. He was roboting constantly.
It was
There's
so
no
bad.
we were gonna be able to do a show.
Couldn't do it. So the parts I've stopped so far, it's basically Joey's wife is talking to an agent. There's two agents there, but one of them's doing most of the talking. He's just asking her about all these documents, and there's like leases to like I think an apartment in Clearwater. There's documents on like scrap removal, pretty much like all stuff related to documents submitted to FEMA. And we're going to pick up kind of towards the end of those documents, so we may hear like one or two of them, and then it's going to go into the agent saying, he knows that they're fraudulent and blah 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 blah. And you're going to be able to hear Mr. Joey in the background at certain points. And we'll pause at the comment because this is right before it starts to really get interesting. Again, you needed the other parts to understand this part, but for this show's sake, we're just going to cut through it. I didn't think we'd want to go through like 30 minutes of what's this document, what's that document, So just know they're all documents related to the FEMA request.
And if you want to listen to the whole thing, the video is up on
Joey's channel.
Catalano for president.
Yep.
Yeah.
I will put that in the link. I'll put the link in the description too. So here we go.
Because it's going to come out anyhow in the election.
This right here.
I'm getting ahead of it.
Habitat for Humanity. Oh, it's furniture that you bought?
Yeah. All
right, so you bought
why do you
this
care why I'm playing
this is the Clearwater address. I can see that part. I can see, so Clearwater address. So you bought the dryer and everything like that. This is all stuff for the Clearwater address.
Yep.
Okay. All right. And this is all sent to FEMA. Now this one too?
Yep.
This is another one right here.
Yep.
Who's this?
It's a federal. This is the very first time the feds
Does it
came
say
and interviewed us.
It's like, yeah. M.
Cryptid Mumbling Nick.
Or
This is
H.
the actual feds tape. This is the part of discovery.
Yeah. Was this some?
Yeah, that's funny. I didn't even pick up on that. This is probably just a little bit after I showed up in the chat. I watched like from here on out live, but I missed the beginning. So I think I was asking NJ Ranger in the chat like what this was. So yeah, Joey's just explaining. I'll even say towards the beginning of this, Joey, I have to say I agree with what you tried to do. You did try to get your wife to kind of exercise her Fifth Amendment right to some extent, and the cops, the agents were kind of dicks. I'm gonna say that. Like, I'm not obviously transparency, right? I'm not like promoting FEMA fraud or anything, but it is. You do have rights to like not incriminate yourself, and it's always better to like talk to a lawyer and all that stuff just to, as we'll see. Go on.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, as we'll see later on in this, the agent's gonna try and do that. Just be honest with me, and I'll take it to the DA. And it's like, I've seen enough of that shit where it doesn't get you anywhere unless you you get it in writing.
I was gonna say there is one part of this that I thought Joey was really adamant about. Like, this is all over. Like, what was it? $13,000 or $30,000 or something like that. And I guess even the judge, he said the judge that they went before was like, how much was this over?
Yeah, yes.
Like they're used to, hundreds of millions of dollars in fraud. And here we got these people like $30,000. And she got like, what, 9 months or was it something like that?
Something. Yeah. You're right. I forgot about that part. Yeah. I think, Joey says that usually these fraud cases are for millions of dollars. And I don't even think was six figures. So yeah, it might have been a little reach. It would have been, it's interesting.
Yeah, because I didn't think about that until Joey. Oh, $18,000, Joey said. Yeah, because I didn't even think about that until Joey said. It's like, oh yeah, why are they? This is the federal government. Why are they bothering with $18,000? All they'd have to do is just say, well, you got to. They just add it to your IRS or your taxes or something.
Pay it back or something, right? Yeah.
They just say you got to pay it for $18,000. It's like they spent more than $18,000 to prosecute this.
I was just gonna say that the investigation alone probably cost more than fucking $18,000. So yeah.
One from.
You know what? No. This isn't. Is this Habitats?
This one says Habitat. The other one. That one's.
Hey, NJ Ranger, you want to come on? Want to come on with me?
The other one doesn't.
Want me to send you a link?
Oh no, this says Habitat right there.
I wrote
You're right.
that there.
Okay.
What about you, OG?
So this
Mumbling
was
Nick?
there.
Oh, you know what it was? Because what's his name? Mommy worked. His mother worked there.
Who?
Pedro's mother. That's why it says Santiago on there.
Okay, so this is a receipt, but this is stuff.
Or
that
she volunteered.
you-
I'm sorry, because she's trying to get a house. That's what it is.
But I'm just trying to get this straight. So this is stuff that
I purchased.
you purchased from Habitat for Humanity, and this is just a receipt that they're giving you for all the items.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Maribel or Maribel, whatever her name is.
Okay.
I don't know.
And she signed all those.
Yes.
Okay.
The ones I got
All right.
aggressive to and almost beat up his partner.
Fed 40 cats.
All right. So these are all the documents, though. This is everything that you have or it's the vast majority of the things that we had trouble seeing, and like it looks like the important things like the leases and the rent receipts and stuff like that. Okay.
The lady's gonna tell me I know the lady.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing. We've been looking into this for a while now.
Here it
okay?
goes. Listen to this.
We have been
carefully.
looking into this case for a while. All right. Now, we obviously came out here. We wanted to talk, get your side of the story. Okay. But there's a lot of things in here that I know are lies. I know are false. Okay.
Okay, like what? Can you tell me?
I'm going to tell you quite a few things. Okay. So we interviewed.
Grab that cigarette.
I'm going to tell you right now.
Hold on. Hurry up, babe. I just want to see what he has. I want to see what he's got on here. It says he's right. In there, tell Fro to give it to you.
They really need to get these agents up to Minnesota and check on the daycare situation.
Jesus. Oh, what's up, young old vibes? I did see your the text you tagged me in. Yeah, that's why I'm against religion. Religion makes people do fucking weird not against, radical religion.
Thing?
Yeah, I actually hadn't heard about. She's from Texas, so she asked me earlier today. I was like, no, actually, I hadn't heard about it.
Yeah, I saw that too. It's like a radicalized Muslim guy who is in his being upset about U.S. involvement in Iran, shot up a club.
So I wanted to look because like I didn't want to look like an idiot because I know there's everyone thinks not everyone, but too many people think that people in the Middle East all have the same religion. There's different sectors or whatever. But I was wondering. I'm like, I was like, I wonder if this is related because right after we started attacking, I did one of the political shows I watched. They were like, I hope this doesn't trigger cells that we have inside, the United States or whatever to do it. I mean, this seems like a solo guy, but
that's sort of seeming what it. That's kind of seeming what it looks like. Is that
okay?
Is an activated cell terrorist attack? They're describing it as a terrorist attack.
Interesting. There we go.
Now I got out here.
This is your one opportunity to come clean with us. Okay.
What do you want me to say? Yeah, I did all that.
I want to tell the truth.
What? Listen, I sit here. You asked me to go through the documents with
You
you.
get your written confession. She gets 30 years.
You cooperated, but you were telling me lies the whole time.
Listen, you asked me what each document was. I gave you the information on what each document
And you
was.
lied about each one.
Did I not?
You lied about each one, yes. Yep.
I don't have to lawyer up. Let me tell you something right now. You want to stand here and try to incriminate me.
I'm not trying to incriminate you. This is all the evidence that we already had against
Most
you.
definitely was.
We can go to where I was living over here in Clearwater, and I could prove to you.
Okay.
You talked to the landlord over there?
Yeah.
What'd she say?
I already talked to them. I'm not going to tell you what they said.
Okay, that's fine. And I want to know who the
Now he wants to
prosecutor
clam
is,
up.
so
You don't want to
I
talk
can't
to
get that
him.
information, right? It's legal, right?
Yeah, there's a prosecutor up in Ocala. You can just say your name.
Yeah.
Call up the federal courthouse in Ocala. If you want to talk to a prosecutor, you can talk to him there.
And you can't get his name?
Nope, you just call the United States Attorney's Office. Call the U.S. Attorney's Office, tell them your name, and then they will direct you
What
to
a
a prosecutor.
fucking joke.
You have a card.
I can tell you my name. My name is Lou Billier.
Billier, yeah.
LL.
B-I-A-R-D?
Nope, Y-E-R.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Y-E-R.
B-I-L-A-R-Y?
B-I-L-L-Y-E-R.
Billier.
And you have my phone number ready because you guys called.
He's running for president. Metal.
B-I-L-Y-E-R.
Yep.
And the prosecutor's in the federal courthouse.
So what do you think about Mrs. C here? Like, just take out of it guilt, no guilt. I actually think it's smart not to just fully confess here because
generally, to agents until you get a lawyer or whatever,
yes,
you should probably just like not talk. Like as soon as the agent said, we know all this or whatever, then you just clam up. You don't say anything. until you get with a lawyer. My major deal with this entire thing is like, Joey's here, so like, why even post this?
I'll let him answer. I know. Yeah, I know he said he wanted to get ahead of it. In case.
I understand that, but getting ahead of it is just saying, you've already gotten ahead of it. You've gotten way too far ahead of it, as far as I'm concerned. It's time to keep this in the rear view, I think, and just say if anybody brings it up, says that's already been addressed. I think Joey, you need to move forward away from this stuff, and especially away from the Dabbleverse. And honestly, like this. You need to stop doing live streams for your political stuff. And when you do the live streams for your political stuff, leave the Joey C intro off of it. But there should be videos, because you want to be able to control what people are seeing, right? So they need to be videos.
Yeah.
So that you can control what's going on. And also, you don't need to be distracted by the chat and what's supposed to be a political thing.
I'm either having deja vu or you and I talked about that either off stream or one time.
We talked about it many times on and off and all around. Whatever basically, it's the same thing whenever we watch a Joey presidential stream. Is they should be videos. They need to be videos. Yeah,
it's easier to control the message that way, and there's no.
And you could you can redo takes. You can, if anything is a little off, you can redo it. And you get to control the message and the look. Like having all this stretched out in the background, that doesn't look great.
Oh, I was gonna say, and chatters saying whatever the fuck saying all this Dabbleverse nonsense in your chat. You want it? Yeah, you may have idiots in the comments, but whatever. It's still a little.
So your constituents are America, not specifically not Rochi, obviously.
And I wrote you wanted to hear about my STDs again,
but not the Dabbleverse. Is not your. Well, I mean, they're part of your constituents. Some of them are, but no, you need to be talking to America. You don't need to be talking to the people in the chat.
It's the U.S.
it's still. I will say it's still interesting to listen to. I just don't think that you probably should have put it up.
Interesting.
The U.S. Attorney's Office or the federal courthouse?
No, it's the U.S. Attorney's Office is the prosecutor. The federal courthouse is just where the court actually is held.
Okay.
This is your chance.
It's your chance. Come confess.
I'm just saying you should just think about what you're doing here.
Yeah, you should think about it. Yeah, listen to me. I'm the one that's I'm gonna get you 20 years.
Just realize we've been running this case for over a year. We already know all the answers to this stuff. This is your one opportunity.
It speaks back again to like over a year for $18,000.
Yeah, I know, dude. Right, that's a good point. That was a good point you made, Joey. Absolutely, that's definitely probably the best part you brought up that I had forgotten all about. But yeah, the amount versus what they probably spent to bring you guys in.
Yeah, I don't want the documents, Joey. You need to put all this shit behind you. You need to get to the point where you can say it's been addressed.
To come clean to me.
I would trust.
And that's all.
You're sitting here. You're trying to blatantly sit here and tell me that I didn't live in the travel trailer in the back.
Now she
okay, did you go ask the neighbors? I'm sure you did. What did Bob say?
I'm not telling you what any of the neighbors said.
Because it matters to me.
But I can't tell you what any of them said.
Yes, you can.
I can't.
Yes, you can.
What is it called? To face the accuser?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
That's your choice how you want to go forward.
All she had to say was lawyer up a name with a
slander my name and say I did this or I didn't do that. I know damn sure I did.
Okay.
Oh, you can laugh all you want.
I'm not laughing. I am not laughing. This is a very no. I'm not. This is a very. I know that. This is a very serious matter, and that's why I'm surprised that you are not taking it seriously, because there is a lot of incriminating information here.
I take it very seriously.
Okay.
More than what you know.
That's your choice. Look, I gave you the opportunity to come clean. That's it. If you don't want to, that's fine. You don't have to. You don't have to. But that's it. We're gonna leave now. If you don't wanna come clean and tell me the truth, this is your one opportunity to do so, and that's it.
So you want me to sit here and tell you that?
The truth.
Okay, I did what you asked me to do yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Did I or did I not?
What did I ask you
said
yesterday?
You wanted to see what the document said. So I told you exactly what the document said, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what you said you were coming here for.
Yep.
That's what he lied about for. Yeah, he lied.
You told me what the document said, but they were all lies.
You wanted from me.
I want the truth. That's what I want.
You wanted
The truth. I gotta know. I gotta know.
Yeah, and now I'm telling you. I'm telling you right now, look, everything you said before, I know that was all a lie, but that's okay. Everything you said before, all the stuff that we talked about, these documents, these forged signatures, these forged leases that you sent, it's all a lie. I know that. But here's the thing.
Okay,
I'm willing to look past that if you were to come clean right now and tell me the truth. No. It has nothing to do with you.
Liar. You didn't.
Yeah, you know, it like what actually bothers me is like all the because this is you know, it's a blue collar crime really, and all the millions and billions that these other people siphon, and they don't do this, or they get the top lawyers so nothing happens to them and shit like that. You know, it's fucking even got like it's even just think about what we're gonna talk about at the end of the show on Rodney's. I mean, Cumia assaulted some dude. Whatever you think of the guy, he assaulted the guy on camera. Nothing happens to him because he's Anthony Cumia in New York. You know, he talks his way out of it with the cops, comes in a hero. If you're got name recognition there, or if you're a fucking elite, you know, like a millionaire, billionaire, CEO, whatever, you get away with all sorts of fucking crimes ripping out the government. You know.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. But yeah, apparently somebody called the cops saying that Anthony was the one assaulted. That's why the cops are there to make sure that Anthony was okay.
Oh my god, I didn't even hear that part.
Yeah. The cops are there to make sure Anthony was all right.
Jesus.
Never let her off the
You
hook.
don't believe somebody else that hasn't been in prison, right?
No. It has to do with all the people and all the documents and all the subpoenas and all the records.
No, it
that
has
we
something to do
looked
with
at, everything
FEMA
we
was
figured out that we
stealing,
already knew
and you guys
is all
covered it
false
up.
documents.
Okay,
So you sent all these false documents, and the fact that you don't want to actually
That's
own
a
up
good
to
point
this,
there,
that's your
too.
choice.
How many hundreds of millions and billions were stolen from FEMA for that same was that hurricane whatever it was? How many actual like hundreds of millions of dollars were actually stolen by other people, and they're worried about this $18,000. No, I'm not saying the amount is what the issue is. I'm just saying like it just should have been an agent showing up saying we've discovered that this is fraud. We're going to add it to your tax bill.
Yeah,
you're going to pay it back.
You got to pay this back. Whatever. Right. If you want to fight it, then you get a lawyer, and then we'll go. Well, then we'll see you in court. Otherwise, you're paying this shit back.
And that should have been the entire conversation.
Yeah. But yeah,
I mean, how much per hour do you think that these agents are making sitting here for this entire time talking, trying to corner these poor people? Essentially, I mean, well, they're criminals, obviously, but trying to corner these people. They probably made. They probably was a couple $1,000s for those agents to be there just, for the time that they were with Joey and Christina.
I'm trying to remember, Joey, if you're still there. Wasn't this like, was it January 1st or January 2nd? Like, if this is January 1st, they're probably getting fucking holiday pay too on top of it. New Year's Day fucking pay. I mean, we live in a country where fucking Tom Brady got a fucking small business grant because of fucking COVID, or small business loan or whatever, so they didn't have to pay back. So it's something else.
Can't change any of that. I'm not
That's
trying
what
to
this whole
tell you
thing
to.
is
I just
about.
wanted the
Why they
truth,
came after
which I
everybody
already
like
know. But if you don't want to tell us, that's fine. That's fine.
government-
That's your choice. But I'm just telling you,
Homeland
this is your
Security
one
is dealing with his
opportunity to
crew.
do so, because
And they
I'm
got
not coming
caught,
back out.
and they
And I'm going to go
did
talk to the
investigation
prosecutor
to
right
take the
after
heat
this.
off of them.
And I'm going to say either one, you know what? She made a mistake. She sent in some false documents. But hey, sir, she is being cooperative.
Yeah,
She's being cooperative, and I just want you to know that. I can't tell you what they're going to do with that information. I don't have that ability.
Anything
What I
you said
can
is
tell
gonna
you
help
is that
anyhow.
I will being cooperative if you were to own up to everything right now. But the problem is that you're not being cooperative. You're trying to fight this. And if you're going to do that, I'm going to tell him. I'm going to say, look, she did not want to own up to it. She does not want to, confess and tell us what
She didn't
really
have
happened,
to.
what the truth
You
was.
talk to her without
So
a lawyer.
if that's your call, this has to be your
exactly,
decision.
yeah.
I can't help you with that. I can just tell you what the outcome is.
But also having
this is going to
been,
go forward
I've never
one way or
been in
the
a
other.
position like this, but if you've ever had to talk to the cops when you're obviously guilty,
Yeah.
which I've had to do, you always try to talk your way out of it. But after you do it a couple of times, you're just like, fuck it, you got me. Did they ask you questions and stuff? You don't talk. You wait till you get a lawyer.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've fallen for the good cop, bad cop fucking bullshit too. I still remember when I was 21 years old, and had a roommate living with me, and it's funny, he was 22, I'm 21. We went to school together, right? I'm 21, I'm excited to go to the fucking bar, so that's what I'm fucking doing, go to the clubs. He's 22, and he's still like drinking in basement parties with like fucking 18-year-olds. I'm like, whatever, dude. So we have a party at the apartment, and he invites some like fucking 20-year-olds, two of them who are dating fucking like 17-year-olds. I'm like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? Well, the two fucking 17-year-olds girls are outside our apartment. It's summertime, and we're on the second floor. We got stairs going up the side up there, and I guess they see two cops. They got red Solo cups. They go, oh fuck, put their cups down and run in my apartment. So now their alcoholic drinks are just sitting there. The cops take it. See, it's alcohol. Fucking come up, knock on my door.
Or you just stand there and drink.
Yeah,
And
sit
not
there,
look
drink,
suspicious.
or run up with the cups. You know what I mean? Don't leave the fucking evidence, whatever the fuck.
Or
And,
just, if you just, kids.
yeah,
I mean, we were
they're
all there
dumb,
once. Like,
right?
I had a similar thing where, I had a party with a bunch of minors. It was a pool party at a apartment complex. And I swear to God, the cops just surrounded us, came out of nowhere. And, I mean, the joke was, I think they were like rappelling down the apartment buildings or something, because all of a sudden we're sitting there drinking, having a good time. And next thing you know, the entire pool area is surrounded by cops, and they're checking everybody's ID. And I had to do the old I don't even know these people. Trying to get away with it. I did get away with that. Another one where they're busted in my house, in my apartment, and ended up getting taken in.
Yeah.
And then of course, that sort of thing. They just try to scare you. But then after that, I just stopped talking to cops at all.
Oh,
just be quiet.
I wish I knew back then what I know now, because they knocked on my door, right? And I didn't even know what the fuck happened at this, because I saw none of this. I found out all later when I went to court. But they knock on my door, and they're like, "Can we come in?" And I'm like, "No." And my roommate's like, "No." And I'm like, the other one's like, "Look, I know there's two underage girls in there. We just want them out. That's it. We're not gonna do anything." And I fell for it. And in their defense, they didn't charge me with contributing to the delinquency of minors. They did not. But they came in. They were idiots in my bedroom. My idiot friend Rob decided to throw his pot on top of my dresser in my bedroom and leave it there. So this is before weed was legal or whatever. Obviously, it was fucking 1999 or 2000, And so all I remember was the cop comes out of my bedroom. He's like, whose bedroom is that? I'm like, mine. He's like, is this yours? And I remember I had mushrooms in there, and I'm like, and I'm like, it's like, it's marijuana. I'm like, oh, weed? No, that's not mine.
No, the mushrooms are mine.
Yeah, if you find mushrooms in the Foot Locker down there, those are mine. And he took the weed, he took the girls, and he left. And then a week or two later, I get a court summons in the mail for the marijuana. It's like, fuck. And it actually was, I had to go in front of somebody to decide if I should be charged. And that's when they read the police report, and I found out about them putting the cups down. Oh, fuck. And the person that decided was pissed off that I wasn't charged with contributing to delinquency of minors, so they charged me with this fucking shit. So anyway, if I know what I know back then, I'd be like, nope, come back with a warrant if you want to come in. See you.
Yeah. I also learned that one the hard
Yeah.
way as well. I had a neighbor, the same apartment complex, by the way.
Nice.
I had a neighbor who ended up being like one of the bigger drug dealers, cocaine dealers in the area, and I was always trying to be cool with them because not so much because me being cool meant every now and again, he'd come over and say, "Let's do some lines and party," and I didn't have to pay for it.
Yeah.
But also, these are the kind of people that you want to make sure that they don't need to necessarily trust you, but they also need to know that you're not going to sell them out,
Right. Yeah.
and or say anything. And I never did. And that's where I learned after one time the drug cops, the drug whatever the guys who deal with the drugs, cops came in. They just busted down the door once and just started going through the apartment when I wasn't there.
Yeah.
And
Vice. I think it's Vice. Yeah.
as my brother was there. Yeah, Vice, the Vice cops.
Blood. Yeah.
I knew all their names. I forgot now. This is once again 90s, like yours.
Yeah.
And I wasn't there. My brother was there with a couple of his friends, and fortunately, they had smoked all the weed, and there was only stems and seeds left. so they didn't really get anything out of it. And then after that, I was just like, no, because my brother had opened the door.
Yeah.
And they just barged in.
Barged.
And after that, it was like, no, we're not. We did not open the door for cops at all. And I had them show up a couple of times looking for people. I said, they're not here. They're like, well, can you let us in? So, well, look, I was like, no, come back with a warrant. Well, we heard he was here. I heard your wife fucks other men. So what?
I told. Oh, go on, man. Sorry.
So I was like, yeah, it just got to that where that's where my huge distrust of the police came from. Was I didn't do anything other than not try to piss off the guys with the drugs and the guns next door. I mean, I had drugs and guns too, but I didn't want to be the narc. I didn't want anybody, looking at me sideways.
When I was I ended up moving out at 19, but when I was 18, we my dad lost our house, so we ended up moving to this like duplex. And the people on the other side, it was like this husband, this wife, and they had two sons. And the wife was fucking batshit crazy, just nuts. Thought everyone the husband must have beat her because if you looked at her the wrong way, she's like, "Oh, what do you want to hit me?" We're like, "What the fuck?" But one of the two sons that lived next door, their skateboard got stolen, and they started blaming my brother, who was like 11 or whatever. And my brother's the sweetest fucking kid. And so I noticed my brother started to be afraid to go outside in the backyard. So he told me what happened. Ironically, I found out one of my dumbass friends took the skateboard. But I went out there and I was like, hey, fucking, stop fucking with my brother. You're going to be fucking sorry. And the mother heard and she called the cops. And because that was considered a threat. I forget if I said or else or you'll be sorry or blah, 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 right? So the cops show up. Talked to my parents, said that was a threat. I was like, whatever. All right. Then they leave. And I remember one of the cops is like, I better not have to come back here. I was like, okay, dude. Like, you're not going to have to. Swear to God, that fucking night, 3 of my buddies come over. We're watching, it was in March. We're watching the basketball tournament. My parents are upstairs in bed. They bring beer. It's cold out. So they leave the case of beer outside by their car to keep it cold. And my buddy Scott goes out to get a beer, and he's out there forever. So I run out there, and I'm like, dude, what's up? He's smoking a cigarette. He's like, your fucking crazy neighbor's just been looking at me the whole time, so I'm waiting for her to go inside so I can grab a beer. I'm like, all right, dude, yeah, I'll just hang with you. And she starts doing her shit. She's like, oh, what do you two want to beat me up? I was like, what? I'm like, go the fuck inside. And she tells her son to tell him that that these guys wanted to beat her up. So that her husband comes out and fucking hits me. And I'm like, this is nuts.
Hits you?
Yeah, hits me because he got woken up being told that I'm out there stalking his wife, wanting to beat up his wife or whatever. So the cops get called. Swear to God, one of them was that same cop that said, I better not come back here. They find the beer, this and that. I'm like, dude, I wasn't threatening her. She's fucking nuts. I was completely honest. I'm like, we didn't want to get seen bringing the beer inside, so we're waiting for her to go inside. And he's like, your parents could get in trouble for this, and that. All right, fine. So nothing happened again that night. I didn't press charges. They're like, you want to press charges against that guy? I was like, no. Him and I ended up being fine. I think he realized his wife was nuts. He apologized. I was like, look, even at 18, I realized if somebody told me guys were out there going to beat up my wife, I might come out fucking swinging too. I don't know. So long story short, twice I had car problems driving home from work and I had to walk home. And twice that fucking cop was stopped and picked me up. And he's like, you want to ride? I'm like, the first time I'm like, yeah, sure. He's like, hold on. So he pats me down, grabs my ID and runs. That's the only reason he picked me up, because he wanted to run my name. Because he thought I fucking would. He thought I was like a punk. And nothing comes back. Happens a second time, like weeks later. And I'm like, just for shits and giggles. So I let him do it again. And I'm like, yeah, dude. I was like, I'm not who you think I am. I was like, they were harassing my brother. They were like, I'm not blah, blah, blah. And then I fucking never saw that cop again. Like, obviously, he just
so he
wanted,
was like,
yeah, he wanted to get me for
following
something.
you?
Yeah, like he only picked me up because he wanted to he thought I was gonna have something on me. So anyway, that's when I started my distrust for cops. I was like, fuck this dude. All right, sorry, we got way the fuck off track. Okay, we get a little bit back to Joey.
Fun stories with the law.
Yeah,
just like Joey.
I know. Yesterday I started rambling about STD stories, and now this.
Okay, that's why I wrote cheese with the STD things.
Yeah, there was one of the videos we watched. Apparently, Ray DeVito got laid recently and didn't use a condom.
I saw that. Yeah.
Okay, so he's all paranoid.
He's like taking like bootleg antibiotics or something.
Yeah. So I told my one STD story. How I kind of said funny with me is I always wore condoms in high school as a teenager. I was paranoid. I was paranoid of HIV. I was never paranoid of pregnancy for some reason.
Well, that was that was our generation.
Yeah.
At the time, it was like triple rapid. I'm just gonna put on a body condom and
then I remember the first time
your gums are bleeding. Get away from my dick.
Yeah. I was one of the times in my early 20s the condom broke, and I'm like, while I was using it, I'm like, oh my god, this feels so much better. So after that I was like, I'll roll the dice. But I was kind of joking with Ray because I was like, dude, you can live forever with HIV now, so forget it, Yeah. But I brought up how I did have one STD once in my life, but I was what they call a carrier, so I felt nothing. It's just the girl I was with ended up having it. Or she claims I gave it to her. Whatever, I don't fucking know. But it's possible. But the doctor said because she had it, I had to have it, so I got put on the antibiotics too. But it was one of those ones where nothing really, you don't see anything, but you piss razor blades. Like I think she ended up with a UTI and all that shit.
Was that like chlamydia or something like that?
Yeah, maybe. So long ago I can't even fucking remember.
Yeah, I don't even remember what they all do. I remember back in the day, I just remember what everyone does. Syphilis. I think syphilis is the one. Yeah, it's always like, a couple days later, you're like, is everything okay down there?
Yeah. I know herpes is the one that you get like it never, or at least back in the day, it never fully went away, and you had like bumps or whatever the fuck.
It's a virus, but like it's HPV. It's but like 1 in 4 people actually have it, so it's like not even a big deal that anymore. Yeah. Like if everybody has it, nobody has it.
He has it.
You said one way or the other. So if I sit there and say all those documents are lies, which they're not.
Which they are.
Which they're not.
Okay.
Okay, you can say whatever you want.
Okay.
Honestly.
I'm very surprised that you're taking this approach because of how much evidence we have. I have never seen as much evidence in a case as I have with this one for these individual assistance cases.
I'm taking this approach when I'm not taking no approach.
That you're not willing to own up to the fact that you made a mistake and that you submitted false documents and false leases and false rent receipts.
I don't have a case and you want me to make a case.
No, that is not what I'm telling you.
Is that what you're saying to me?
No, I ran this case for a year. I know that we have a case.
You ran it for a year.
So I'm just letting you know right now. That's the deal right now. So
if they thought that it was something wrong with it, this is what I don't understand. If they were fake, why would they keep paying?
Well, that's what the feds do. That's the part she didn't understand.
Ma'am,
When they
if you don't
catch you,
want
they
to,
don't-
if
they
you
don't
don't
stop
want to
the
work with
payment.
us and
They let it
cooperate
go
with us,
through.
that's perfectly fine. You don't have to. I'm not telling you had to from the beginning. So if you don't want to talk to us, you don't want to own up to this. I'm not going to stay
He
here.
just lied.
We're not going
I
to
told
stand
him
here
to shut
all
up. He
day
made me fucking
just
put me in
debating
handcuffs.
this. This is not up for debate. I'm done.
Joey.
If you don't want to tell us the truth for once, then we're going to leave. That's fine. So it's your call. Last time.
Nothing to do
This is
with
your
the
last
truth,
chance.
though. It's not what you wanted. You wanted the conviction of 30 years.
Are you willing to admit to it?
I'm not admitting to nothing.
Okay. All right.
I'm sorry.
Well, then we're going to leave. We're
Bye.
leaving.
You show me he said what?
I'm not showing you any of that.
But I have a right, I thought.
No, you do not have a right. You have the
Yeah,
right.
she does.
You have the right to face your accuser. If you want to go to trial and you can get all that information out, that's your choice. But I am not going to tell you about who I talk to, tell you their information. They have a privacy
You gotta
right there
discover-
too.
Well,
And I'm
it's
not
called
gonna do that.
discovery, jerk off.
Okay.
Process that's going to happen with the attorneys.
You must indulge everybody you
Well,
talk to.
he did
Their statements.
Yep.
make the point earlier in the video that the federal prosecution does have like a 98% success rate. There's a reason for that. It's because they don't come get you until they have a solid case. If they don't have a solid case, they don't prosecute.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, they don't want to lose, so they wait till they got everything.
And if they, as I said, if they can't get anything, or if they can't get you on anything, or if you give the right person the right amount of money, or if you're in the right political position, yeah, they don't move forward with it. But
Yeah, I remember seeing a thing years ago, where one of the cops investigating the Tupac shooting literally said, he's like, I know who did it. He's like, I just don't have all the evidence for the DA to want to prosecute it, but it's like he's like, we pretty much know who did it. It's just the DA isn't confident that he has a 98% chance of fucking get a conviction, so he doesn't want to do it. So more often than we realize, I think they kind of know who's guilty of things. They're not confident enough for conviction.
Very true.
Oh, that's fine. I understand
Two
that.
words you just said.
Cryptid, I'm gonna go off for 1
Bye.
second. I'm just gonna let this play.
all right,
So scared they left the recorder on. They thought I was going to run up on them after they unhooked up. They kept the little recorder on all the way till they got in the car and locked their
To the
door.
federal prosecutor.
Federal prosecutor.
Yeah.
And then they'll make the decision when they're gonna indict you. And how does that work? Will she get local police come arrest her, or will the federal police come arrest her?
We're gonna have to play it by ear.
Can she turn herself in?
She would have that opportunity, most
You
likely.
guys will give her that opportunity.
I don't know. I can't tell you that or not.
You could let them know that if she is going to be arrested, we will go drive there and turn herself in.
Okay. Well, that's recorded. I mean, it's recorded right here, so the prosecutor will know.
I
I
give you
need
my
to step
word.
in
on
for a
that.
second.
Well,
I'll
I mean,
just
you've been
stand
very
up real
disruptive,
quick.
so I can't really trust all of your words
You
right
didn't
now.
like the way I talked to you?
No rights have been violated.
No more
Okay.
time.
All right.
I had plenty of rights
So
to
we're
violate.
gonna leave now. I'm gonna keep the
No,
recorder
not
on until
yet.
we're in the car
I
and
know, 'cause you're
driving.
scared.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Can I
I'm
be
here.
heard? Okay.
Yeah, I'm just standing
No,
up
no.
a little bit because my underwear was bunching up, and I don't.
Oh,
wanna
dude,
go,
it wasn't
I don't,
even
I don't want
that.
to go into detail. Of
Sorry,
the pain
yeah.
that was happening.
When I came back, I think I forgot to unplug my. I pulled my headphones out of the jack so I could hear. I basically was talking to my son. So when I plugged them back in, it kept me muted for a second. So I wasn't sure if I could be heard. That's all. I forget what I was even gonna say. Fuck it. We'll move on.
Pussy, like I told you were.
You two have a good day.
Fuck you. That's what I told him.
Oh, yeah. No, great. I'll be talking to Colonel Ferris in about 5 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, goodbye. See you later.
What a dick.
Yeah, I'm a dick. You better believe, motherfucker. You're lucky you had me handcuffed.
I actually found that part fascinating. If you're still here, Joey, that he knows he's recording and he's like, "What a dick!" Like it's unprofessional. So it's like for him to want to have that on there was like, God. Like I've heard body cam footage where I think cops intentionally say things because they want to like look remorseful or they want to look like they had no choice. But this is just an interview. And for him to be like, what a dick, it's like, dude, that's, I don't know. Obviously, it didn't hurt the case, I guess, but I was surprised he did it.
And also, what was he expecting to get? Like,
yeah, no shit.
Like, of course he was a dick. You're a federal agent out there to fuck with them, you know?
Yeah, you lied about the reason you were, whatever, they were guilty, but you lied about the reason you were coming out there, right? You know you're setting up. You know you're gonna have this woman go through document after document after document, and you know they're false, but you're not gonna tell her that till the end. You know, of course they're not gonna be happy about it, man. It's like, what do you think? And yeah, I think it did make it on here, but I remember earlier in this, I think the one of them asked Joey if he was involved in this, and he's like, Did I submit any documents? Did I send you documents? He's like, that's not what I asked. He's like, well, that's where you're, blah, blah, blah. So it's like they tried to trick Joey into, taking like co-blame so they could get both of them for 30 years or whatever the fuck they were trying to get. So yeah, obviously they're not going to be happy, dude. Right. So him knowing what he does, yeah, I'm sure he's done this enough where no one's ever been happy. So what do you expect, dude?
That's what I'm saying. Like, what a dick. I'm sure everybody he meets is a dick.
Yeah.
Because they're not very happy he's there.
No. What's up, Alf? Ah! Saw you on Wendy today. Sad I missed it.
Okay, this is Special Agent Lou Billiard, DHS-OIG. It is currently approximately 12:32 p.m. on January 31st of 2020. We just left the property. We are in the car driving away.
Scared to death. Had to give it all the way.
Recording now.
Fuck you. Bye. All right. What a genius the guy was, huh? So that was the very first time. Well, the next day, and that was my mistake. I admit that I made a big fucking mistake when they came to the door, and I told him he wasn't there, and he was poking around and asked me stupid questions. I told a lie, but I should have never let them come back the next day. That was my mistake. It could have been a whole different outcome. Now, when he did come back, I'm gonna tell you that the 7 key pieces of documents were so incriminating. They were bad. Which I had knew that there were some mistakes made. But when I first found out about it, I begged her, please don't mess with this. You don't have the experience for this.
Joe, I am gonna tell you, and I'm sorry, but I did find this one part funny. How I believe it was on the whatever company she made up, the crew that picked up the scrap of the trailer. I think Joe Bruno was one of the names she used, and I guess that was Joey's like alias for like all these years or whatever.
Yeah, it's his mother's maiden name, last name.
Yeah. And yeah, they even figured out that was Joey's alias or whatever. He's like, I got away with that alias for all these years, and then she used it.
It's like, well, no, you really haven't been. They just haven't come got you yet.
You're over your head, please. And I go, I can't believe you're doing this. I thought you told me you were going to do this. And then finally I said, I couldn't talk her out of it. And I tried to get, did you turn any documents in? Fuck no. You didn't see me sign nothing. I sign shit or write anything up. So now that's January 31st, 2020. They came the 30th. The next day when we called them at night, when I told her, well, let's just say what they're going to say. My mistake. I regret doing that. That's the one regret I regret doing it without consulting an attorney. I should have never fucking let them come back to talk. I should have never. I broke my own fucking rule. I should know better than that. But
never let the
I knew
police
she was up. She was a little nervous, and she's never had any problem with the feds before, So I try to tell her how they're different, and they don't usually come out unless they got solid evidence, which I saw the evidence. I knew that there was enough evidence to put her in prison for sure, because she had just got out of prison. She's only been out of prison at that point 5 years or 4 years or whatever. And so I knew that they had a case. I didn't think they had a case against me until I went back and I listened to these other tapes that I played on the road, where I did. My attorney made me over and over and over and over listen to it, and I think it was this one where I probably told about 2 or 3 lies. Right to they knew that if I wasn't aggressive with them, if I didn't get aggressive with them, he told me he would have never indicted me, because he deeply knew when the investigation for 2 years, I was nowhere near the paper. I was nowhere near the scam. Had followed me around, me going to have a nice time in shops and restaurants, and but hey, That's if I was pulling a scam, she would be doing the same thing. So that's one name enough. But I knew there was a problem. I found the holes after I found out, and I knew that. I told her, I said, I got a bad. So when 4 or 5 months went by, and she goes, I think we're off the hook. I go, no. It was still the pandemic, number one. So I'm cruising the internet on September 7th, 8th, or something like that. And I'm going and I start looking up in the federal court, and I saw sealed papers with her name on it. Now, when I signed up for the account at the Ocala courthouse, it took me to sealed paper, but I had to go through this prompts to open it. Once I got in there and opened them, they had to come. They had to come because they weren't ready to serve him yet. They had already got the indictment. They already went to the grand jury, which was in the 9th month. Once I discovered them and knew about it, they'd become unsealed. Because at that point, I didn't find out because they served us. I found out because I went into the system, and they just happened to be there, but they were still sealed. But still was able to. When you make an account, was still able to see the case. So I opened the fucking little files, and there they were, the indictments. So now they got to officially come out and get you. So he called, and if you remember, I asked him in the tape, if you're going to indict her, just call. We'll come. We don't have to come knocking and kicking our doors in, because they had a little grandbaby. I don't want him to go through that. So he goes, he remembered. He goes, he cooled off after 9 months, I guess. He says, you remember when you asked me about if the opportunity to turn yourself in? I go, yes. He goes, I'm going to honor that. He goes, it is what happened. He says, but we don't need to talk about that. He goes, but did you get the other indictment because you're indicted too? I said, oh yeah, I saw that. So he goes, well, be here on the 10th at 10:30 in the morning at the Ocala courthouse. Turn yourself.
That's crazy that he's got all that, and it still took another 9 months to indict. And it sounds like they weren't even gonna do it that early. They almost got forced into it. It's crazy how long this shit takes.
Bureaucracy, man.
Yeah. Like, fuck, after 9 months, I would have been like, I wonder if I got away with it. I haven't seen that dude in 9 months. Maybe he didn't have the case he had, but nope.
Or just go turn yourself. Just go in. Just be like, hey, am I going to be arrested? It's like, is this going to happen? Like, what's going on? Can I turn myself in now?
Get this over with? Yeah.
It's like I took vacation I took some vacation from work. Let's go ahead and do this now.
I find that interesting that, allegedly they admitted that they went after, Joey because of how he acted. Like, that would have been I know he got less of a sentence, but sound like that would have been harder to prove against Joey since he technically, I think he says because he spent the money and he knew it was fraud. That's what they got him for, maybe something like that. Because he was living with her. They figured that part out, so he knew it was fraud. He just didn't partake in the fraudulent documents and all that shit. So, yeah, I guess they could have a case against him. I'm thinking about this in real time in my head.
I don't know. It seems like a huge waste of the government's time and money for $18,000.
Yeah, right. And also,
they
went to actual. Oh, go on, man. Sorry.
Go ahead. I was just going to say, once again, I'm not promoting fraud. Do not defraud the government for any amount. But, I mean, this seems like a lot of effort for not a lot of payback. As I said before, throw it on their tax responsibility. Pay it back. There you go.
Yeah, and since they both went to actual prison, I mean that they have to add that cost on top of all of it too. So
which obviously costs more than $18,000.
Yeah. What's up, Mr. Buckman? Thank you for gracing us with your presence since you blowing up in the Dabbleverse. Joey actually sent me the documents during the stream. I haven't looked at them yet, but I believe he emailed me the documents like 20 minutes ago. So I have not seen them, but I will give them a gander. Let me take a look on my phone, see if I got them. But,
I will not. I have no interest.
Interesting. Cryptid is not interested in the documents, but the point Cryptid and I both kind of agree on is that for $18,000, they went through an awful. Yep, I do have the documents. Okay. yeah, for $18,000, it seems like they went through a lot and spent a lot for when they had to be another way, a cheaper way to recoup the money rather than send them to prison and go through all these indictments and everything. But
And spend a year working on it.
yeah, like if the Catalanos chose to fight it, then you take them to court and all that. But I think you give them the option of repayment, taxing, whatever the hell it is. You know, I just it like Cryptid said, it's fucking bureaucracy at its best here. In the time it took, the money spent to recoup $18,000. Meanwhile, how many fucking CEOs, lobbyists, and like how much are they ripping off and getting away with it? So I don't know.
Once again, we're not promoting defrauding the government.
Right, yeah, exactly.
We're not saying that he's not guilty. Okay, we're not saying he's not guilty. We're not saying that even defrauding him by like $5 is a good thing.
Yeah.
It's the amount is important though here, where $18,000 is like, I don't even think that's an even. I don't think you can even account for $18,000 on the federal budget.
Yeah,
don't think
true.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't think there's even a line item that you could put for $18,000 on a federal budget that anybody would even, not even notice. But I mean, it's just like, I don't even think that the minimum amounts go down that far.
And mind you, I'm someone, I wouldn't even know how to do this. I wouldn't even know how to do FEMA fraud. So I'm like, not even in my lexicon over here. Especially living in New England, we don't get tornadoes, we don't get earthquakes. We get the remnants of hurricanes. They usually end up being tropical storms by the time they get up here. We get snow is what we fucking get. And
I believe with the FEMA thing, like for that hurricane, like they weren't really checking at first, and then they did.
Yeah.
It's like the same thing with the PPP loans.
Oh,
for,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
COVID.
Yep.
It's like they didn't really check at first. They just gave out the money.
Right.
And then you saw like there's literally whole databases of companies that people made that were like sole proprietorships, or they even named it, give me my PPP money. Like if you search PPP in the registries for companies, they have all these sorts of names like this is for the PPP, whatever. And anyway, yeah, they all got fucking investigated. And,
Yep.
And had to return the money.
Yeah, I think Joey even says, I don't know if I cut it out or not, but he says like, and Joey, mind you, I someone that had a drug problem myself. I'm not judging. I actually sympathize with this part of it. That he said Christine was very sloppy with the document, so he's like he knew they were going to get caught because she didn't do the best job. So I don't think he was like shocked. Yeah, Buckman, I know it's tough because again, as Cryptid said, we're not promoting it. I'm not in favor of this fucking. And I'm not saying just because so-and-so got away with it, they should get away with it, because I don't play that fucking game. I think that's fucking stupid. I'm just saying, I actually do believe Joey when he said that I think it was the judge who was like, whoever it was that was shocked that it was $18,000 and it was going to this court
the
level.
Judge asked, like, what is this over? $18,000? Why are these people here?
Like, I'm not saying they shouldn't be punished. They should have been, and I think the punishment should have been the repayment of the funds. Money. Yeah. I think jail, especially the time I think Christina spent. I think that's a little harsh for this penalty. Just my opinion.
We'll be waiting for you in the lobby. Okay. We got there 10:15. They come strolling through from the elevator, and who was with us? I think our daughter was with us. I think my sister was with us. I don't know, a bunch of people with us. So we're giving our personal. I don't want to lock nothing up with them because the feds, you can't take nothing with you. They throw your shit out. You're not allowed to bring your wallet. They, like when you go to state prison, they put everything in a bag and you put your number on it and you get it when you get out. Feds don't do that. They toss it. So I gave everybody in my pockets because we didn't know if once we go see the judge if they were going to give us a bond. I didn't know that. We didn't have no money to pay. I didn't have the kind of money they wanted for bonds. But I had never been really in that much trouble. And I don't
believe
had a couple state
you
cases.
could bond out for federal.
So they gave us $250,000 signature bonds. But the fucking bonds out with the federal government is nothing like the state. The state you bond out, whether it's an I-bond, whether they release you on your own
I'm
recognizance,
surprised.
or
I
you
thought
pay,
you couldn't bond out for
you're
federal
still innocent
crimes.
until you're found guilty in state.
Yeah, I have no idea. I'll look that up while we play this. I'm not
So
sure.
you're still free. You're free to do whatever you want. You're not locked down as long as you show up for court. It's not like that with the feds. The minute the feds let you out, first thing you do is they go up and take a drug test. And I got high all the way to the doors of the courthouse. I was fucking, yeah.
All right. According to AI, just real quick, says yes, you can bond out on federal charges, but the process is far more restrictive and complex than in state courts.
Okay, so what Joey said, yeah.
Yeah. Rather than simply paying a set bail amount, federal court governed by blah, blah, blah act released restrictions that ensure the defendant's appearance, community, whatever. Okay, yeah. It's just harder, like Joey said. So
I was up. I knew we had to turn ourselves in, so I slept the very first night that we talked to them. I think it was the 8th when we found the indictments. So I went to bed that night. I got up and I partied from the 8th in the afternoon all the way till we had to leave in the morning on the 10th. All the way in the vehicle, I fucking got high all the way there. I stopped at a gas station because I ran out of a fucking torch, and I bought me a torch. I went in the gas station. I smoked. Fucking,
I want to say something about that.
Blizzard out of my head.
That seems like a good idea to most people, especially people who do drugs or drink or whatever, are going to do this all the way up until the time. Bad idea. Don't do that. In fact, stop as soon as you should stop as soon as you know that you're going to be going to jail or going to court. And at least because jail is not the place you want to be in when you're coming down.
Even
from experience.
On a different spectrum, obviously being an addict myself, I hung with addicts, and it runs in my family, so I have addiction in my family. So I have a female family member, a cousin of mine. Believe it or not, up here, a lot of the rehabs, they send you down to Florida or they send you to California. They try to send you out of the state. So you don't know they think you have a less chance of like leaving, stuff like that. Cause you don't know anybody. You're not going to.
Well, and also, you're not going to be getting hookups while you're in
hookups,
rehab.
all that shit. Right. So, I think she was flying to Florida and, she was doing drugs in the bathroom right before her plane was coming, and she smoked her drugs, and of course somebody smelled it in there and got the cops, the agents at the airport, and she ran. And so instead of making her flight, she got arrested. She got non-violent resisting charges added to everything, and she ended up going to the rehab like days later. They worked all that out, but yeah, she had extra charges and all that stuff. So it's not a good idea either. Just I totally understand it's not easy to stop, but just I don't know. Try before you go. Try before you go to jail. Try before you go to rehab, I guess.
And then we both were fucked up, and then we parked the cars and gave all my stuff to our family, and then we walked to the door, and we got into the lobby, and the marshals go, "Can I help you? Yeah, we got a indictment today. We're turning ourselves in. Okay, names? Oh yeah, here you are, Mr. Catalano. Right, please sit right over there." And at this point, the marshals kind of took us into custody. We're still not cuffed, and we're still not going down to get fingerprinted, but we're there. So now they told us go sit over there. We're pretty much it's over now. So we really don't have the freedom right now. But they come up from the elevator and they go, "Okay, the one took her, and the guy that I got in a fight with took me." So he was dice, and then we get to the door. He's getting ready to open the door to take me into the back, and I said, "Listen to me, just tell me that you were fucking wrong." He goes, "We're not going to talk about that now." He says, and I go, "Because you're wrong. You won't admit it. You know I was right. You should have never stopped me when I told her to shut up. I had the right to do that." So anyhow, he goes, "I'm not going to talk about it. Let's just forget about that." I go, "I can't believe you fucking indict me." He goes, "You didn't do what you did. You would never got indicted." He told me straight up that he got me to the door and he says, "If you didn't act like a tough guy, you would have never got indicted. I promise you. We knew you had nothing to do with this. Trust me. I investigated long enough." He goes, "But you want to go beating up my partner?" He says, I told the prosecutor that how aggressive you got, and we still at that point, me and my partner were going to press charges. The prosecutor, he wants your head, and that's true because Filicetti was his name, and he hated me. He fucking hated me. He's worse than any damn first fucking troll.
I'm not saying it's
He's
easy or anything. I'm just saying that.
Yeah.
On your way to, it's as I said, it's better to come down the day before you got to go to jail and kind of get through it and go in at least semi in decent shape. So you're already kind of gone through the worst of it. Like doing the come down and knowing that you're not going to be able to get any more is it really sucks. But of course, it is federal prison. You can get just about you can get anything in there.
I was going to say, I'm sure it's worse in prison than in rehab, because at least the rehab people will have sympathy for you, where the prison guards aren't going to have no fucking sympathy for your fucking ass coming down and shit. So, all right, we'll watch just a couple more minutes of this, and then we'll move on to the big story. I was just trying to get to the part where they went to jail or sentencing.
10 ways to Sunday. All I did, I was a professional con man, and then I was a great actor. And then the judge looked at me and he goes, "Well, I kind of like Mr. Catalano. He's got a lot of moxie." So, but he said, "Mr. Catalano, you're either the greatest actor in the world or the greatest con man in the world, or you're just the nicest guy in the world. I can't figure out which one you are yet." He goes, "But
yeah,
you know,
I did outpatient, so I know that."
This is when the day I went for sentencing.
I never went
to rehab.
4%
of the people go home out of my courtroom. I said, I yes, sir, I did.
Yeah, I never went to like inpatient. I never could. I was always the I was a functioning addict to an extent. I always was working, so I couldn't take like long periods of time off. So
my only real things that I really stayed addicted to is pretty much alcohol and tobacco. So I did bunches of everything, and nothing really stuck. Even like cocaine, I loved cocaine. I did a bunch of it for a long time. And then all of a sudden one day it's just like, wow, I haven't even done any for like 6 months. and then it's like, a year later I'm at a party and then somebody's like, "Hey, you want to do some coke?" Like, hell yeah. And then it became like a once a year thing. And then now it's just like, yeah, I'm good.
It's funny. I
didn't
used
even
to
think about it.
I love the party with it, and that, but I was never addicted to that. I was always opiates. So that was the one thing I worried about. Like, I don't think I'll touch an opiate again and all that. But I was like, all these years down the line, if I'm at some party, am I going to be able to turn down coke?
I guess it is one thing that, I purposely never got into opiates because I've seen friends that got into it and, tried to get off of them. So I never got into opiates on purpose.
Dude, like I've seen TV shows and movies where they act like, after like 3 days you feel fine, it's out of your system. That's fucking bullshit. It takes fucking months for you to feel even relatively normal. But yeah, actually, I tell my friend the other day, I'm like, this shit with my heart may have been a blessing in disguise, because now I'm fucking scared to fucking do coke. I don't think I would ever.
I was going to say that doesn't help either. Yeah. Getting a bit of a heart problem. The same. Also helped a lot with the no.
All right.
He goes in. You want to read something to the court? And I wrote this nice letter and be apologetic to the people in the United States and to him and he goes, that was a very, very, very well thought out thing. He goes, and I believe you were sincere. I said, well, I was. I go, I made a mistake, and I tried it. He goes, we know. I looked at the file. I know you tried to. I just couldn't break her. She wouldn't listen. There was nothing going to change Christina's mind. When you're high, especially a woman, forget it. You ain't changing shit. And I just had, at that point, she's my wife. What am I do? Say, fuck you, I'm going to leave you and just leave? I'm not going to do that. I love her. So I couldn't beat her. I couldn't talk her out of it. So I just said, fuck it. You're already in. Might as well just fucking get as much as we can and fucking see what happens on the back end, which I knew would happen. So he goes, you're going home today. And Christina had just went before me, because she went in 5 minutes before me. When we left the Marion County Jail, the marshal was real nice to me. He goes, "Come here, Catalano." He goes, "This is probably the last time you're going to see your wife, because I know she's getting sentenced and you're going home tonight. I know for a fact." He goes, "So I'm going to let you two sit in the van together. Don't be fucking doing something stupid. You're both handcuffs." He goes, I don't care if you kiss her goodbye, he says, but just talk. That's it. He goes, don't be touching on her. Don't be doing that. We got a van full of fucking inmates. I'm not gonna do nothing like that. Disrespect my wife. So, but he was nice. He let us sit. It was a 6-minute ride.
I'm actually surprised man and a woman together in a van with inmates. That surprises me. I've never been in one of those vans, but I always thought they were like separated by sexes.
I think,
from the
but
courthouse.
I guess when they're
from
just
the
picking people
jail.
up, it's like
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
you got to
courthouse.
go with what you got.
He let everybody off. He goes, "You got 2 minutes," and that's when I kissed her and hugged her. And he goes, "All right, Catalano, let's go." He goes, "Let's go, Christina. You're going to be first. You're going to get in and out. We're going to take you in. You're going to get your sentence, and we're going to take you right back to the jail. So, Joe, this is the last time you're going to stay here. So get your last hug in." I go, "Okay, thank you very much." So then she went downstairs to where they held the women, and I went up to the 4th floor, and there was a bunch of people in there that were the male side was packed. There was guys that were already sentenced to 15, 20 years of prison that got caught selling drugs in prison. So there was a guy that he was doing a 20-year bit, and he got caught with 10 ounces of methamphetamine as an inmate. And so they tacked on 5 more years. And he laughed because he came in laughing. He goes, "That fuck was he? I've got 20 years. What's 5 more going to do?" So, that's what he got. And
That's
cool.
what I was about to say.
He was a gangbanger. We talking. He was laughing. He goes, "Well, how much did you get?" I go, I got 5 years paper. He goes, "Fuck, man, that's worse than being fucked 5 years." I go, "I know, I didn't want." I go, I was hoping for, because my lawyer said I would get anywhere from 30 days in prison to 60 to 180 days. That's what I scored out at. That was my recidivism and my levels that I was, because I might have been a criminal, but I didn't get caught a lot. I never got caught. I got caught in Chicago in 89, 90 or whatever, and then nothing.
It's only illegal if you get caught.
So I was always under the radar. I was.
Dude, you want to hear something weird? I know I talk about Jake too much. He said something so weird last week, and I can't shake it. And I haven't said anything because I don't think he's. I don't even know if I should say anything. I don't know if he's just Jake and he worded it weird, but he talked about. I always find it funny because Jake gets very upset when he gets blocked in chats, when he blocks everybody in fucking chats. Yeah. So it was somebody's chat, one of those low-cal fucking shows. I don't know. There's like one of those Keemstar fucking shows, right? And he's like, "I got kicked out," and the person's like, what? I think he said it wasn't even a mod; it was just one of the people that helped run it. I don't know. And she goes, We don't want you here. We don't want no pet." She was calling me a pedophile. Look, I've never been charged with anything. I was like, what the fuck does that
mean?
Well,
that's not the way you say that.
That's not how you say that. Like, he started to say, "I've never done any," and he stopped and said, "I was never charged with anything." And I still don't think Jake did, but it's such a weird way to word it, where now it's like, huh?
Never been. You mean you haven't been caught?
Yeah, like that's what it sounded like. Now, granted, because he's Jake, I gave him the benefit of the doubt. Never said anything because he could have just worded it weird. It just threw me off guard because he started to say it the right way, stopped and changed it to that. I was like, Jake, talk to somebody. Just say, "I've never done anything." Oh, don't even say anything at all. People throw that word around too much in this fucking universe.
On the internet, man, everybody's a pedophile.
Yeah, so fuck it. But yeah, I was just like,
so you just say, "Yeah, sure, okay," and move on.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck?
Pretty smart what I did. So, and so 5 years probation, and I was still an addict. I knew it was suicide. Well, I knew I was going to miss Christina, so I sheltered myself. I was only allowed to go out of the house. They put me on the monitor. I had to stay on a monitor for a year. So I got 5 years probation. I'm on a monitor, and I only get to go to my psych meeting once a week. My drug test was 3 times a week, and grocery store I got to go once a week for 2 hours, and then I got to go pay the bills once or every 2 weeks. I go pay bills. I had 2 hours, but you could ask for things. It's like this is when I.
All right, I think I'll stop it here. I know. Just quick summary for Joey. If you're here, stop me if I'm wrong. I believe you kept failing your drug tests. You had a really nice probation officer, it sounded like. I just think this takes a while to get all this out. Yeah, and he kept failing his drug test, and I think he ended up going to jail at some point. So that paper didn't work out. Am I wrong, Joey? What'd you say here? I sent you the take. 50% of my discovery, Nick. Okay, thank you. But yeah. Joey just had a really nice probation officer who gave him chances. But and I remember at one point Joey says he's clean for 2 days, so he thinks he's gonna make it. Because I think most of these drugs would just take like usually 3 days and you're good.
Well, like I think meth is like just a couple days or so. Oh, it depends on how long you use it too.
Yeah.
I think if you just use it like once, it'll be gone within like 12 to 24 hours or something like that. But if you're like a long time user, it could take a little bit longer.
Yeah, a few days. So I remember him saying he was clean for 2 days. It's on the third day, so he thinks he's going to be good. But just hours before he's going to go to his drug test, he gets high. So that messed that up. So yeah, no good. But anyway, that's the brunt of it. They did FEMA fraud, 18,000 worth. Mr. C got some time. Joey got some probation, but then failed drug test and did a little time himself. So
I say it's an interesting story. This maybe should have gone on the Joey C channel rather than the presidential one or something, and maybe a video that describes sort of this and say, link to it and say this has already been I've already commented on this, and I think from now on, Joey C, you need to stop talking about your criminal record altogether. And you also need to stop fighting with the Dabbleverse in your political shows. And you need to do videos. You need to not do streams, do videos.
So I agree with the Dabbleverse stuff, and I know we both have talked about the video. So I agree with that. The one thing I know Joey's very passionate about the prisoner program, the prisoners getting released. So I do kind of understand why he talks about it a lot, since that's his passionate topic. But yeah, I can agree with the other stuff as well. That's what it was. I knew you had a really nice probation officer, and he wasn't even reporting you for a lot of it. You were trying to do the drink.
There is a point where you got your prison reform stuff, so you can say, I've been to prison, I've had this, this, that, and the other thing, and it's okay to bring it up. Then just don't go into detail. Don't be like, you can say, I'm an everyman. We've been there. We've made mistakes. I've gone to jail, and that's as far as that should go from now on. That should be the beginning and end of your story about what you've done and going to jail. And if anybody asks you about it, you can say, I've already talked about it. You can go to this video, or you can go to the stream where I talked about it. We went through the evidence and discussed it. Now, I say it was pretty interesting to listen to. I'll tell you that much. Should it be on Catalano for president? It's like the more you say, yes, I was a criminal, but I'm not now, is the more people thinking, is he still a criminal?
And yeah, the system is made to keep you in it. That's for sure.
That is true.
It is hot. That same loved one, that same family member that I said got caught in the bathroom there. She had a hard time getting a job after all that shit. And she's been sober. That was many, many years ago. She's been sober a long time now, and it's still hard for her, it's, have you ever been convicted of a crime? Yeah, she's got that I think she had some other drug related charges, but then she had that non-violent resisting arrest fucking thing with it might even been federal thing because it was at an airport. I don't remember, but yeah, it wasn't good. So it's not easy.
No, Joe, if you want to argue with the Dabbleverse on your other channel,
oh yeah,
yes,
yeah,
absolutely. Just don't cross pollinate. By the way, don't advertise either channel on the other one. That'll destroy your YouTube stuff, because the people who want to see your Dabbleverse stuff and your regular shows and stuff don't want to see your presidential stuff, and the people who will want to see your presidential stuff don't care about the Dabbleverse stuff and your other drama stuff, your life stuff.
I felt bad on this because when we originally did this, it was just going to be on Joey, and but no, obviously a lot of shit's happened since then. So originally I had presidential candidate Joseph Samuel Catalano III, but now that I had that other stuff, I had to put Joey C, and I felt bad about it because to me Joseph Catalano is the candidate, Joey C is the Dabbleverse personality, and I don't want to cross pollinate with that either. So. Yeah, Joey, and if you, I don't want to speak for Cryptid, but I'm sure both of us would be more than happy to help you with some of that. I'm not good with the tech stuff. He is, but just if you ever want to know, like, the big issues, or we watch a lot of political stuff on YouTube. So if you ever
I
want
haven't been recently,
right, but we have in our life.
Busy.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you ever want, advice on. Like I said, we think they should be. A lot of the people I watch do videos, or they'll do a live thing for their Patreon. Then they cut it up in the videos, and they can control like what gets out there and all that stuff. So, any advice?
Yeah, but
on
a lot
that?
of those people, same. But a lot of those people are experienced with talking.
Oh, huge
about politics and stuff, and they're also not running for president.
Right. Yeah. So anyway, just don't be shy. Be more than happy to help in any way we can there. All right. So let's.
Oh yeah, I'd be happy to help if you have any questions about things, Joey. Let me know. Yeah. You got my X. Get me on X or my email, liquidcryptid@gmail.com. One word. Liquid Cryptid is one word.
Yeah, they love those free prisons. They love those for-profit prisons as well. They love both.
Yeah, I was a big proponent of those at first, the for-profit jails, and then I was one of those people who was like, yeah, well, they'll be run more efficiently, right? And then I realized, oh wait, no, we don't need slave labor as the as the product. People should never be the product.
Yeah. When it comes to that, they got to make sure they got employees, so they got to make sure that prison.
Yeah, it's like, for them to be profitable, they need more people in there, and so to get more people in there, they need to make more things get you jail time. And I'm like, no, that's bad. That's a bad system. I changed my mind on that one. Well, not very quickly, but once somebody laid it out for me, I was like, oh yeah, that actually makes a lot more sense. Yeah, I don't like them now.
All right, we're gonna kind of briefly touch on the major story, and the reason why it's only briefly is it just happened the other night, so we can talk at a high level about the U.S. and Israel attacking Iran. Obviously, we'll have to see what this is really gonna be. Is it gonna be another forever war? Are we gonna try and do what we did with? Who the fuck did we attack? We attacked somebody last year, and it was
Iran.
Was it Iran again? Yeah, I was
gonna. Yeah. When we put the 12 bombs in the 6 holes to destroy their nuclear arms.
Yeah. Then they attacked our bases, but told us which ones, or they were empty ones, or something. Whatever. It was all.
Yeah, because they needed to be. They needed to do like a symbolic strike or something like that.
Okay, so it was them. Yeah. So I mean, they killed the Ayatollah. So I think this is obviously a little bigger, unfortunately, and my ego had me looking through X, but I couldn't find it. Not that I'm the only one, but I'm like, I called this, although I was wrong. I thought it was going to be much later in the year. I thought it was going to be late summer, early fall when we did this, but I can't find my tweet. I'm pretty sure I was responding to the fucking Doodle the Poodle, but I can't find it. But whatever.
Iran was doing a lot of saber rattling, and also Israel seems to have a hard on. This last
Israel,
almost year and a half now, Israel seems to have a hard on for attacking Iran. Of course, Iran has kind of had a hard on for attacking Israel, and of course, once the bombs start, I'm like, well, what does Trump think? And then I saw that. Oh wait, we're helping them this time.
Yep.
Because last time Trump called them both. Don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah, that was.
And now we're on Israel's side. Not that I give a shit about being on Israel's side. Why are we bombing Iran? They said I just saw a thing. One thing they said that I guess Trump said that they were like 2 weeks away from having nuclear weapons. Like, didn't we just take care of that a few months ago?
Yeah, so obviously I haven't even looked this time, but I know from the past you can find video of Benjamin Netanyahu going back to like the fucking 80s or 90s saying they're like weeks away, and then you can fast forward 10 years and he says it again, fast forward 10 years he says it again.
Yeah, I was trying to do some research on what exactly is going on this time, and it is hard because it's hard to get anything from the last few days without for Iran, because they all want to talk about the previous attacks and stuff with Israel. Was it 6 months ago or something like that?
Yeah. And you're right. It makes Trump claimed he took care of this already. So what the fuck are we doing?
But all the news I'm getting and I'm trying to search for is from the last time. Israel and Iran were going at each other within a few months ago.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at today. The only thing I can find is a bunch of ridiculous video game and AI shit that Iran is putting out about how they're destroying the American fleets and stuff. I did see the thing that Trump said that we basically took out their entire naval capability. It's like one strike. I think that was today.
Dude, like I don't know what to think with Trump, because I also saw something where they're like, oh, they're putting up a harder resistance than we thought. I saw that somewhere. It's like, yeah, they're a big fucking country. This isn't Iraq. This is a big fucking country, and I don't know what the fuck this hole that Israel has. I'm fucking pissed at Trump. I fucking hate this shit. But I cannot let the Democrats off the hook. Is something that cannot be overlooked. Is now that the attacks have already taken place, now they're going to vote on it, right? in the House. They could have voted on it before the attacks, but the fucking Dems were helping to fucking slow that vote down, because too many of them want this too. Because they love fucking war. They love that fucking military-industrial complex.
Oh, if you think that the Republicans and the Dems are split on this at all, you're insane.
No, that's what I'm saying. Right. That's what I'm saying. I'm seeing shit today where it was one of those right-wing, cat turd like channels. They're like, where were the Dems when they're showing like Democrat politicians signing fucking with Zelensky signing bombs that are going to go to Russia? It's like, yeah, dude, they all love war. Where the fuck are you? There's a handful in each party that are against it, and that's it. You got some of the Justice Democrats are against it, and then you got randoms in the Republican Party. Like, as much as I hated her, she's gone, but I'm pretty sure fucking what the fuck's her face?
So there's not really any appreciable difference between the corporate Republicans and the corporate Democrats.
No, there is absolutely not.
I mean, they'll sit on opposite sides of the aisle.
Yeah.
They'll yell at all the right people, but behind the scenes and what they vote on and what they put in is pretty much exactly the same.
Unfortunately, as much as I hate Trump, I also can't even. People that are like, well, when the fuck was the last time a president got congressional approval before attacking a country? I don't fucking remember.
World War II.
It's been a long fucking time. That may be the standard. That may be the rule, but we don't follow it anymore.
Yeah.
And I forget.
Yeah, where they're all jumping up and down about not getting congressional approval.
Yeah.
It's like they haven't had congressional. As I said, World War II was the last time we had congressional approval to do any of this.
So the first year of my life, what's his face? The peanut farmer was fucking president, Jimmy Carter. And then we went into Reagan and the Bush and blah, blah, blah. So I don't remember, since I have a fucking memory of a president, I don't remember any of them getting fucking permission. I mean, my earliest memories is fucking Reagan and the fucking Contras fucking secretly arming those fucking people and shit. So.
And making Hamas for us. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, and fucking I remember a kid seeing Oliver North like this. I don't even know who the fuck he was, but that's some of my early memories on the news and blah blah blah. So yeah, they never get permission. And I know there's that rule where they forget a president can declare war for 90 days, 60, whatever, a certain amount of time without before.
Well, there's also those certain things like it's a security action, or it's they call it a lot of different things, without a declaration of war. But You die just as bad at a. I mean, you die just the same in a war as you do in a security action or whatever they call it.
So I'm just gonna say for now, I'm against it. Like I'm against it when all these other fucks did it, and I don't think Iran is anywhere fucking close to getting nukes because they've been saying this for my whole life. They've been saying they're close, and they're not. I'm not saying Iran's a good country. I'm not saying the fucking leaders are good. I'm not saying any of that shit. But I don't think they're anywhere close, and I'm sick of regime change. I'm sick of all that stuff. Fucking Trump is acting just like Obama and the Bushes and Clinton and all them fucks right now.
To be fair, the Ayatollahs do need to go, or did.
They're just religious ladies. They're just gonna get another one though. It's not like.
But yeah. I mean, that was like what, the third or fourth Khomeini since they switched over to the theocracy.
Ayatollah.
Yeah, since they switched over to the theocracy, I think what was it in like 78, 79, something like that? When they switched over to the theocracy, when they got rid of the Shah of Iran.
Oh, the Shah. Yeah, that was 79, 80, something like that. Yeah.
And and since then they've had had the Ayatollahs, and I think and everyone's named Khomeini. They changed the name to Khomeini. Yeah. I think it was like the third or fourth Khomeini.
Yeah, we took the Shah. I remember I don't remember. I've read and seen stuff on it. Us and the Britain implemented the Shah like in
right there. He was a puppet.
And then when he was dying of cancer, we took him in and gave him
from what I understand, the Shah's kid, who's now in his 70s, I think, or something like that. There's a movement in Iran trying to get the Shah's kid to become the leader, to overthrow the Ayatollahs.
Yeah, so for all of you that thinks religion should be involved in government, it should not. I'm sorry.
It should not, no.
Yeah, no matter what, I don't care what religion, it just shouldn't be. And I know I'm not religious, but it just should not be in there.
And neither should nepotism.
Right, 100%. Agree.
So just because you're the son of the guy who used to be the leader, who you kicked out, doesn't mean you're going to be a leader.
Yeah, so this is why...
Especially when the kid was something like 10 when they got kicked out, or 5 or 10 or something like that.
I thought we were going to have some minor differences on this, and I'm right, and we probably do, but I also thought the majority of us, you and I would agree on the majority of it. That's why this early in the stages of what's going on, I didn't think we could get a full show.
Once again, like our last attack on Iran, we'll see where this goes in a year. Fortunately, what happened in the last attack was what I had hoped for. Went in, did the thing, left. But now we're back again. I mean, Israel didn't leave. Israel's still trying to get a forever war going. And hopefully this time it's the same thing. Go in, hit our targets, do what we need to do, get the fuck out. No forever wars. If Israel wants to do a forever war, let them. Just, remove all their funding. Just stop giving them. We need to stop giving Israel money anyway.
100%. Fuck that. Like, dude, like... I don't want to sound conspiratorial, but I'm like, can this shit be linked to the Epstein shit? Do they know so many powerful U.S. men did all this shit? Is that why they got the U.S. by the fucking balls? I mean, we just give them money and we just do whatever the fuck they want. Like, we're the fucking powerful ones. What are we doing here?
It's ridiculous. I mean, I'm not being anti-Semitic, and I don't think...
No.
And I'm not trying to say that Israel should not exist as a country. It's fine. It's just I don't understand why we pile so much money into Israel. It doesn't... They're not an ally.
No.
I mean, what? They don't help us with anything.
No, I think we just want one non-Islamic country over there, I guess.
Yeah, that's about what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Or maybe they're a good place to test our weapons. Hey, Israel, here's some stuff. Go shoot them at Iran. See what happens. See how well they do.
But what I don't get, it's like that was the one, I remember when we covered it, that was the one real moment where I thought Trump was acting real when he's like, these guys, they don't know what the fuck they're doing. So why are you doing it again, dude? What's going on?
And then here we are again involved.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw we were involved, I'm like, what the hell happened to what? They don't know what the fuck they're doing.
So I wish this never happened. So but since it has, I guess the best I can hope for is what you just said. Just do what you did and get the fuck out now. Just stop. Don't fucking
Like last time.
Yeah.
Complete the mission, leave.
It's fucking stop. Anyway, all right. Well, obviously,
I mean, the Israel-Iran thing has been going since before we were born.
yes, yeah.
It's just like, oh, Israel and Iran are shooting at each other again.
Yeah, no shit.
See, yeah, it's been a couple of years since the last time, so that seems about right.
Oh. One of us is a fan of Elon. One of us is not. I'm sure you can guess which one's which. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the way it mostly works with the wealthy people. Is most of their wealth is tied up in their assets, their companies and stuff like that, and they take a small amount of oh, you mean the politicians? Yeah. The backdoor deals. Yeah, okay.
Talking about
they move right into being a what is it? They move directly into the public sector, working with the politicians. What is it? The military people move into the defense sector, and then like the other politicians move into being. I can't believe I forgot it.
They'll be like paid advisors. They get paid for their fucking speeches. They get all that fucking shit.
They get, they get paid for their contacts within the government in order to make other backdoor deals. So once they get out of office, they go in and they get to make the backdoor deals.
Yeah, like people are like, oh, the Obamas didn't leave rich. They got rich right after they left. As long as they do certain things in office, they get taken care of once they get
it's
out.
not
That's
even
exactly
the speaking
what
arrangement. It's like
happened.
whatever. If somebody wants to pay you $5,000 to speak for an hour, just because you used to be a president or the president's wife, whatever, that's fine. That's up to them. It's the other shit.
Yeah, but I think that's the way. I think that's how they're paid for a lot of this too. It's like, oh yeah, we'll put once you do this for us while you're in office, I'll give you a bunch of money for your speeches once you get out.
Yeah, there's also the thing. Do you think Hunter Biden's paintings were really worth as much as he was selling them for?
No, it's the same fucking thing. Yeah, right.
It's 100%. Laundering money.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's why Trump's with their little businesses is getting laundered a million fucking ways right now. It sucks. All right, so as this moves along, obviously we'll cover it more, but we're
I just want to
both
let people
against.
know I don't agree with Nick on that, but I'm just going to let that slide.
Which part?
The Trump's businesses and stuff.
Oh, come on, dude! How can you not? That's laundering money. That's what's happening.
Okay, we won't go into it. Maybe we could do something at a different time.
Another show on that one.
Yeah. We're already like an hour and 45 minutes.
All right, let's just we'll cover this John stuff real quick and we'll get out of here.
The other bomb that went off.
Yeah, the other bomb went off.
The other bombing this weekend.
I will start off. We'll just quickly watch the Cumia and see if how you feel on that. And then we'll watch John.
Well, that guy is an agitator. He's a provocateur.
Yeah,
literally what he does is, goes around and especially right-wing figures, if they're filming in New York, he goes around and irritates them until they do something while they're live.
I had no idea who he was, but somebody showed me he got that Nick. Whatever the fuck
when he was like pretending to be the Trader Joe's guy.
I don't know. It was that Nick guy that went to the daycares.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he does that to like a lot of stuff. Like that's his deal. He just goes around and tries to provoke people into doing what Cumia did.
Holy shit! John and Ava are still fucking alive.
Yeah. Oh no, they just
ended.
They just ended.
Okay.
I'm looking at my thing. Yeah, there's like 4 hours long.
I only said that because see right here, I see him. Yeah, but I put this up a few minutes ago. I'm like, holy fuck, they're still alive.
I mean, it must have been recently because.
Yeah, because
I just looked over a few minutes ago. It was like almost 4 hours.
All right.
Look at that. I thought you left the city.
Who are you?
Who's Sue Lightning? a transgender woman.
Did you have
Who
sex
are
with
you?
him?
Who are you?
Who are you? I thought you
you?
left New York, you racist piece of shit.
Who are you?
Most people aren't pedophiles and racist.
Who are you? I'm asking who you are.
I am a person that recognizes a scumbag on the streets of New York.
There you go. Get the fuck out of my face.
Wow, look at that.
Take a walk, scumbag.
Look at that.
Yeah. Fuck.
Who
Yeah,
the
that
hell's
guy's Chad.
who's discount fucking American Cupcake over here? Who the hell?
That's Chad. He
Is it-
called into Dabbler.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he called into yesterday morning's Dabbling Live.
See that? You're lucky I don't press charges. Bro.
Yeah, you're lucky I don't fucking stomp you.
Why would you stomp me? I didn't do anything.
Yeah, well, you're being a dick is what you're doing.
So what? We're in New York, baby.
Okay. All right, yeah, we are.
It's all right.
Don't forget that.
Thank you, buddy.
That's what happens.
What?
You get hit in the
I feel like I should probably document this. Look at that. I got a bloody lip. Anthony Cumia punched me in the face, that pedophile sack of shit.
I still don't know. Like, I don't even think Anthony said what exactly happened. Because it looks like he like grabbed his glasses and threw them on the ground.
Yeah, that's what I'm. And I know. I think Cumia handed. I mean, sorry. I did hear something that Stevie Lou knows this guy somehow.
No, it
They
was,
have-
I don't think it was Quadfather.
was it Quad that knows this guy?
I believe it's Quadfather that knows this guy.
So yeah, I saw. I think Stevie handed him something. So maybe that's why. I don't know. Maybe they
Or was
both
it
know.
Stevie? Yeah, somebody
Yeah.
knows this guy
Yeah.
and was telling him that Cumia was going to be here. So he decided to come up and try to poke at Cumia.
So where I stand on this is I'm not a Cumia. I think Cumia is funny as fuck, but I do think he's a creep. And I don't think he should have touched the guy. I think he did a disservice because you did exactly what the dude. Even if you do like Cumia, Cumia did exactly what the guy wanted him to fucking do. You got to be a little better than that. But yeah, I think they both suck here. I think Cumia sucks for fucking falling for that, and fucking he's the one that was promoting don't fuck up the gig, everyone be peaceful, and then he's the one guy that like loses it here. But yeah, I'm not really down with provocateurs. This guy looks like a fucking dweeb.
Yeah, I don't. I even when it happened, I was like, "What are you doing, man?
Yeah.
Just leave the fucking idiot alone. He's just trying to fucking troll you and get a reaction." It was obvious from the beginning, because he's recording.
Yeah, and
But then I found out who he was. It's like, oh, he does this to everybody. But yeah, I was just like, but nothing really came of it. So, and as I said, when the police showed up, Anthony did state that I guess somebody, because Anthony thought that he was going to have to talk about this, right?
Yeah.
Like the guy called the cops on him, so he's going to have to, say, oh, he was harassing me or whatever, or maybe, even like spend the night in jail. I guess the cops started asking him, well, we got a report that you were harassed by a guy. Are you all right? And Anthony was like, well, no. Then he said what happened. He said he started talking about what happened. He goes, no. The guy harassed me, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the story, man. I'm fine, man. It's all right. But yeah, he was.
I was trying to figure it out because as much as this guy's a dweeb, I did hear him say that he wasn't going to press charges. So I was wondering who called the cops because it was also a decent amount of time later that they showed up. It wasn't.
And there's a lot of people there, so who knows?
Yeah, it wasn't like
there's
right after
also
this.
people watching live.
Yeah, right. Like I was doing. Yeah.
So yeah, same. So who knows?
Joey, I haven't talked to the pineapple yet today, so I'm not sure. I don't even know who Evil Pineapple is. I'll have to find out. Is there a new Evil Pineapple in the Dabbleverse? So yeah, full disclosure, I was a huge Anthony, especially like when they were in Boston. I loved opening Anthony, and even though I didn't like Anthony personally, I after a while when he started to do certain things, I thought he was funny. I think he's getting a little lazy these days, or just he makes a lot.
He's
more,
in his mid-60s, so
yeah, and he's admitted he gets paid a lot more money to go. Look, black people, criminals, monkeys.
That is true.
Like I don't even have issue with racial jokes, but make jokes. Don't just But anyway,
Yeah, but if you could just post,
yeah, I guess racist shit.
just post a video of some black people doing black people things and saying, hey, look, black people doing black people things, and get $4,000 or $5,000 a month from X out of it. I mean, wouldn't you?
No, because I'm not into that like he is. But yeah.
Well, you probably wouldn't get to the point of being able to make that kind of money.
Good
But
yeah.
if I could, I would. I mean, I don't consider myself racist, but if I could just post videos of black people tripping out, yeah, I'd do it. It's easy. It's, you have a couple of accounts that you follow that post those things, and you just download them and post them as your own, and money comes in.
All right. This will be the last thing here. I think this is the one John was watching today. I was trying to find it while we were live. It was a certain. Where the fuck did it go? There was a certain. There it is.
But I will say I am a fan of Cumia's, and I do occasionally listen to his Sunday show when I get the chance. Obviously not on Sundays because it's on right now. Well, I think it probably just ended because it starts at like 8, and I think he goes for 3 hours. So it probably just ended. But it's on during our show, so I don't get to watch it live or listen to it live. But I do have the app.
Yeah, I don't watch his. I've tried covering. Actually, I picked a Cumia video this week. Him and Gavin, believe it or not, for Between Two Hacks.
I haven't watched that one yet.
But usually I find his newest shit boring. But all right, this was a as long as it's the one I think it is, it's kind of like a pretty cool angle of John's set, and it keeps going back and forth between John and showing Cumia's reaction. And
yeah, I know this one. Yeah.
Cumia yelling shit at John, and I think this is the one. I'm hoping.
First mentioned this, they have sold in the tens of tickets.
I'll be right back.
When I started talking about it on the show and the whole Dabbleverse thing, you may have heard of the Dabbleverse, and I knew Stuttering John Melendez was going to headline this club. I knew I had to be here. Yeah! I don't think there's ever been an occasion where there was an entire crowd of people that literally despise the comedian that's coming up. Don't give him any shit, let him do his act. Ladies and gentlemen, Stuttering John Melendez.
That's it. One of the wild things before it starts. One of the crazy things is like John has watched several of these videos, like of him doing his act here several dozen times over the past couple days.
Yeah,
and now he's down to saying that he's upset that Anthony told people to heckle him. It's like Anthony literally, it just
yeah,
he just said this.
Yeah,
many dozens of times of Anthony saying, "Let him do his act."
Right. He just heard the insult and was like today, when I was watching him a little bit, I didn't hear what they said. You can't rewind this stupid shit when it's live, but he was watching some video of Gino, and he was criticizing a different John, whichever John guy books the gigs or whatever.
John was the booker, yeah.
Yeah, but he says, I just want to make sure it's not John Melendez, this other John, blah, blah, blah. But apparently Gino said something about John's comedy or something, and that's all John could focus on. I don't know why he took a shot at my comedy. I don't know why he took a shot. Because your comedy sucks, John.
This wasn't comedy.
Right. And I don't even know what he said, but Gino can also be, I don't want to defend Gino, but he can be self-deprecating. He can take shots. I don't know what he said. He might have just made some generic. I think he said something like, hey, come to Rodney's where there's more comedic talent in the fucking crowd than there is on stage. And I think even I was trying to explain, well, Gino took the stage too, and his wife, so he's kind of making fun, but talking about Cumia being in the crowd, well, being funny or whatever. But it's like, John, fucking relax, dude.
Oh, shit. I don't know if did you watch Gino's set that was
Yes, I
recorded here,
did.
Rodney?
Yeah,
I thought it was good.
dude, I did. I was pleasantly surprised. The only part where I rolled my eyes is he had to talk about COVID, and
Of course.
not again. We've talked about this. Not that I'm even against. I'm not even against some of what he says. I'm so done with it. It's, it's 6 years later, Gino. I'm done with it. But
But I was watching Vince's video.
yeah,
of
that's
it,
what I was watching. Yeah,
and I was like, "Hey, this is really good." I even got a couple of chuckles out of it, which is unusual for me watching comedy sitting at a desk. And,
yeah.
I chuckled out loud, which is pretty good compliment for me. I was like, "This is great," and then Vince gets up and has to go talk to KB. And I'm like, "We're still watching Gino, man. He's out here fucking killing it. I want to see the rest of the set."
Yeah, I wanted to see, and I believe it or not, I wanted to see how bad Keanu was, but never got to see that either.
They covered that on WATP today. So if you watch today's Who Are These podcasts where they cover all this, they go through Keanu's set, which apparently got a couple of laughs. There's like 2 or 3 laughs on each joke. There's almost 170 people in here. And then Gino comes up and just absolutely kills.
Yeah, Gino was very quick-witted. I was pleasantly surprised.
That's what I was thinking too as I'm watching. It's like, this isn't a set because he's doing Anthony's over there, so he's like keep putting Anthony doing this. He's doing this to that guy, doing this to that guy. Like, this isn't a worked out set. He's just riffing.
Yeah, it was almost like crowd work, which is almost like more impressive.
Yeah.
Joey, I saw your message. I'll play that right before we leave. It's actually just keeps saying it's loading right now, so some 15-second thing on Snap. But yeah, I'll try and get it up before we leave.
As soon as that came out, everybody knew exactly what he was going to do.
Yeah, like some of this kind of leaked like as an option beforehand. And I heard John say today that he had something great planned for the second act, but Tommy ripping it up ruined it. But John, you only came up with one beer, so I don't know how long you planned on being up there.
No, this is Ava's idea. They've been talking about it for about a week before this, and also he already said right after this that he only had a couple more things to say before he was going to bail anyway.
Yeah, he keeps changing it.
On the stream right after this, or the next day after this, he said he was only going to say a few more things and he was going to dip anyway. So, and then now I had a whole other thing that I was going to do.
Well, I heard him say he had the whole catfishing cutting girl thing, like when Anthony was talking to some 14 or 15-year-old girl online, which I think that might even be worse than what he played. He should have started with that, but
even Mersh was like, who hates Anthony and goes after Anthony at every opportunity, said that this was dog shit. Like, you went after Anthony for this, the thing that he's talked about all the time for the last 10 years, the thing where, his mugshot was on the poster of the Artie and Anthony show. You think you're going to embarrass Anthony with this? Piss him off.
I kind of said that on Eccles' channel that I don't hate the idea. I actually disagree with a lot of people that seeing like, oh, if he came in and did his act, he would have won him over. It's like, no, maybe for that one moment.
No, everybody was there literally to see his act. Like, that's why everybody was there.
Yeah.
And he could have done it like a Rocky Horror Picture thing, or like like an old band or whatever, who will sing one part and you put the mic out and they do the other. Like, he could do his joke and then put the mic out and they to get everybody, and everybody will do the punchline. Do something like that, or you know what I mean? Like, everybody was there to see his set. They wanted to see his set. They know his set because he's been doing it for 30 years. That's why people were there. Right. And I think that if he had had fun with it, but this is John. He's really stupid, and he only knows how to attack. He doesn't know how to actually think things through and come up with a reasonable solution. He just attacks.
I honestly think the best thing he could have done was roast jokes. If he had good roast jokes, he could have got all the people he wants to get, and then he's not dancing like a monkey doing his old set. But I don't think he can write good roast jokes.
Well, according to people on certain threads that Carl was talking about today, he had Bob and VTL, Bob Levy and VTL actually writing roast jokes for him.
Yeah, I saw some of them. Vince leaked them out, of course. So
Yeah.
I saw some of them before the set. Yeah.
But then, he'd have to write them down
Yeah.
or, look at them or like remember who they're about. And
yeah.
that's work. And
So,
that would
dude,
actually be the smart thing to do. But John is really fucking dumb.
That's exactly what I said to Eckel. I said, I like the idea, just shitty execution. He took the laziest way out of it. Because instead of writing roast jokes or memorizing roast jokes that somebody wrote for him, he just printed out police report or whatever, domestic abuse report or whatever the fuck this is. So,
or just print them out on the piece of paper like he has.
Yeah.
And read them from that.
Yeah, like, don't get me wrong. As much as I don't like John, I understand not wanting to dance like a monkey for these people. So I get not doing his act, but I still think the roast jokes would have been better. Right, so that's why I think the roast jokes
is a dancing monkey.
I think the roast jokes would have been a good compromise, where you're still doing a comedic act and you're still getting the people you want to get. But again, he took the lazier way out of it, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's John.
Yeah.
And the only person not having fun here is John. The only person who's being a prick and an asshole is John.
Yeah, he also said no one's ever been more sober than he was right here.
Yeah,
he comes up with a beer.
Keep in mind that's his 5th beer.
Yeah.
Since being there. Because after he said that, he said, well, there was the 3 beers, and then I had another beer, and then I took a beer on stage, and I brought a beer.
Yeah, John, I only saw you I saw you when KV came up to you like a bitch. I saw you here, and I saw you one other time, and every time I saw you, you had a beer in your hand. So I don't. You weren't the most sober person ever. I haven't had a beer in like over 10 years, John. I think I'm a little more sober than you, and people like me. Yeah.
Yeah, the people who haven't had any drinks, which apparently was quite a few at this club, they weren't ready for this crowd.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
Are significantly more sober than the guy who's had 4 or 5 beers.
Yes.
Yeah, he acts like nobody knows what's about to happen.
Right, I know.
We all know exactly what he's going to do.
Yeah. Oh, what's on the back there? I can't read it. It says page 5, something, page 5 on the back.
Oh, yeah, I never noticed that.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck?
Oh, God. At approximately.
I know he's sober. He can't even pronounce approximately correctly. Approximately.
He can barely sit in there.
I know.
On Saturday, December 19th, 2015, Nassau County Police Dispatch.
2015, 11 years ago.
Emergency call regarding a domestic disturbance.
Did you notice the little bleach stains on his pants there, on his right leg?
No.
Our left, his right.
Oh,
right
yeah. There it is. Yeah.
So evidence, he does actually wash his clothes. Not properly, but he does sometimes wash them.
Yeah, I think he even wore this yesterday when he went live. So someone's like, he's in the same clothes. I was like,
Well, yeah, because he spent the night after this. He spent the night at the bodyguard guy that was there, I guess.
Oh, did he? Yeah, I saw him leave with that guy. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess he spent the night at that guy's place because
yeah, he's cheap. Yeah,
John's not going to pay for a hotel or Uber or anything like that.
Yeah. No, you are right. I mean, you got to be right. And trust me, I am no John fan. God, it's interesting. Like, I am a big Andy Kaufman fan, so I do almost love this, but I just don't think this was the right way. I think he could have come up with a better way to do this if you
Well,
wanted
you
to do
see,
something
when
like this.
Andy
Yeah.
Kaufman did it, it was
Yeah.
subversive.
Yeah.
When John's doing it just to be an asshole.
That's all. John thinks
You know
he's
what I mean?
Andy Kaufman. Oh God, look at bent finger. Things all fucked up.
No, John's doing this to be an asshole. He's not doing it to be subversive. The whole being subversive thing and being a was it basically all his words about this have been from Ava after
Yeah,
this,
and he's
you know, being a performance piece or whatever like that. No, those are all Ava's words that are coming through his mouth. He just did this because he didn't want to give the people the satisfaction of a show.
Dude, when John covered us today, he does contradict himself, because I mean, he was doing a good job of, like, look, Lady K said I covered my face the whole time. Look at me, I'm showing my face, I'm smiling, and of course, I knew they were gonna boo, and then he's like, but look at them, they want the squeegee bit. It's like, John, which is it? Are they booing you? Do they hate you? Do they love you and they want the squeegee bit? Like, you can't have it both ways.
It's all spin.
Yeah.
It's all spin. It's all shit that, he's talked to Jerry and Ditka. Well, not Jerry and Ditka. Ditka.
Yeah.
Ditka didn't like it, so
Right.
he didn't talk
And
to Ditka. Clay didn't like it.
Clay didn't like it. And Mike,
So he's
asked
talking
whoever
to
the
Jerry
fuck
and
he is.
Ava, who I guess said they like it. And they're the ones that are giving them all these things to say. Or they're saying stuff like, they're saying these things and he's parroting it.
Yeah. Again, God, I don't know, dude. I keep going all over the place because I as much as I don't like John, I try putting myself in his shoes, and I totally get not wanting to do your old act for these fucking people, but
you can't put yourself in John's. He doesn't think like a normal person.
yeah, I guess.
You're a normal person. You would say, you and I, would say, hey, these people I don't like are watching me at my job. I better do a really good job.
Yeah.
John says, these people I don't like are looking at me at my job. I'm going to do a real shit job.
I would have been down with roast jokes, but I would. And I would have been smart enough not to show my roast jokes to VTL so he could fucking show everybody else or whatever the fuck. Yeah.
Squeegee bit! Squeegee bit! Squeegee bit!
It's the same thing, as I said. All he knows is attack. It's the same thing with me and my channel.
Yeah.
Do you know how he stops me from doing what I'm doing on Rumble? Putting up his stuff? He leaves his stuff up. It's that easy.
Yeah, right. We talked about that. He created the demand. Yeah.
But instead, he strikes my channel. He strikes me down. All he knows is attack because he's too stupid to do anything else.
Oh, I think I can finally read the back of that. I think it's Pockumentary, page 5. Like, instead of documentary, Pockumentary. How clever, John.
How's your son of a queen in the face?
Arriving at the state.
That's the first time I've heard that clearly. I've always seen like the other one from off the Vince one, and then there's like another one where you can't really hear very well. But yeah, I don't think I've actually seen this one. This is the one. Yeah, this is the one that's like right in front of Cumia, right? Right between John and Cumia.
Yeah. If it's the one John was showing today, I didn't see the whole thing, but the guy will turn back to show Cumia yelling at John, then he'll turn back. So it's definitely like, I appreciate Vince. I don't like Vince, but I appreciate him live streaming it. But yeah, he was kind of far away for a lot of this.
In the process of strangling his 26-year-old girlfriend, Daniel Brady. The investigation detailed the
Did he call her Daniel Brand?
Dude, I got headphones on. I just heard the person record and taking a drink out of their straw. I was like, what the fuck was that?
No, he said Daniel Brand, not
Is that what he said? Let me back that
not
up.
Danielle. Brand,
His 26-year-old girlfriend, Daniel Brand.
He does say Daniel
Yeah,
Brand.
he said Daniel. Yeah, instead of Danielle. Come on, Johnny.
The
Cobras guy
investigation
of anybody.
detailed the brutal sequence of events during a heated verbal argument. Cumia allegedly pinned Brand against the wall, choked her, and stomped on her hand. With enough force,
Yeah, this is the one.
she believed it was broken.
The thing that's so amazing about this, he does really think he's getting over on people, right?
You can
Like,
tell by his face.
He doesn't
that, yeah.
understand that this is information that is so incredibly old that we've all heard this a million times.
Yeah, you're gonna see when this guy turns it around the show. Cumia is literally yelling something about like, "I've talked. This is 10 years old. I've talked about some shit like that. Do your fucking act or something like that."
Yeah, at least a few times a year on every station, on every show they got, goes over the story.
That Mr. Cumia pursued her physically, carried her back inside against her will, and continued the assault. He reportedly smashed her.
Really winning over the audience here, John. It's working.
Well, he now claims he knew he wasn't gonna. He just wanted to make Pocky mad. That's what he wanted to do.
But he went about it in the worst way possible because he's John. This is why we like John. This is why we cover John.
Yep.
Because he'll find the stupidest way to do anything.
Or the laziest.
The laziest and stupidest. Well, yeah, generally the lazy. I'd say I find the laziest way to do things, but that's mostly because, but the smartest way. Like I try to automate everything because I'm lazy.
Anthony! Do you act, you fuck?
That's funny. Stutter, you piece of shit.
Somebody yelled that. Did you hear that?
I know.
Yeah. When I was watching Vince, I heard that. Yeah.
I talked about this for 10 years.
The medical examination conducted.
Yeah, look at Anthony. He's so upset.
Yeah, that's what's funny. John showed the same thing and was like, "Look how mad Cumia is. Look how," and I'm like,
he just went, "I've talked about this for 10 years," and so grabs a beer's laughing to the next guy. He's like, "What the fuck is going on here?"
Like, John, showing this angle, I actually think you did a good job showing that you didn't cover your face the entire time, that you did make strategic faces and all that stuff. But you, as much as I don't like Cumia, I don't think you got to him like you think you got to him. Unfortunately,
Yeah, and also, and I will say one thing: like Ava keeps saying the excuse is, "Yeah, but this hasn't been put out in front of his, fans, right when they're right there." It's like, yeah, it has. About a couple of times a year for like the past 10 years. It's been in the news. He's talked it directly to a studio audience. Everybody, as I said, everybody in attendance knows this story.
I think the cutting girl thing is less known. That's why I think he might have been better off starting with that if he was going to go that route. But I don't know. What sucks is I'm somewhere between. I'm not with you, but I'm not with Ava either. I'm like in between somewhere. Like she goes all in. Like I don't know. Yeah.
I'm not saying there isn't a way to make this funny. In fact, there is several ways.
Yeah.
Like if you gave me a week to sit down with this, I could probably put a good bit together and make it fairly funny.
Yeah, like I'm saying that I don't think John should have done his act, but I think he should have actually worked hard on doing something else instead of this.
Well, what I'm saying is he's not going. We know he's not going to work hard, so we can. So the roast thing is out, okay? Because he's not going to work hard. He's not going to put effort into it. So his choices are do something dumb like this, or just do his act. which is what everybody was legitimately there to see anyway.
Yeah, I believe those black people that Gino was talking about on the front, they ended up leaving before John came on, and there was some other couple that came to see John. Like, I don't think they knew about the Dabbleverse, so they must have been like, "What the fuck is this fucking place?"
The severity of the physical trauma noted that Brand suffered a fractured wrist, a swelling arm, and acute chest pain. In a live stream Periscope video captured in the immediate aftermath, she displayed visible bruises and claimed her hand had been broken.
I thought he dabbled in Where's your transvestite kid?
Transgender.
Yeah.
What's the punchline? What's the punchline?
Mr. Cumia publicly admitted on his show to biting the victim's hand, saying he was pissed and out of his mind.
Good one, boss!
While the legal
I like how
resolution
John
of the
like
case,
keeps spitting this like I don't think domestic violence is funny, and they're laughing at the domestic violence. No, they're laughing at you, you dipshit.
Yeah,
they're making jokes.
Unfortunately, and John benefits from this too, is when people like certain celebrities or people, they'll turn an eye to certain things. It happens to every celebrity, including John. Like, John's done some awful things that his fanboys turn an eye to too. So it's not like he doesn't benefit from it. Cumia does. You know, they all do.
But, you know, they're also kind of making jokes.
Yeah.
You know, obviously nobody here supports domestic violence or thinks that this was any kind of a joking situation. But we're at a comedy club. We're supposed to be doing comedy, so people are, you know, making jokes.
Right. Like,
are they in poor taste? Sure, but they're jokes.
I've laughed at a child molester joke, and obviously I think molesting a child is literally the worst thing you can do to
was that
in
Norton?
the world. Yeah, so I get it.
Jim Norton?
No, actually, there was one.
He did one that I actually
did he?
laughed
Okay.
at. I'm like, oh, yeah. I'll go. I laughed at it like, yep, I'll be sitting right next to Norton, I think, after laughing at that. Like, I feel bad, but it was funny.
I laughed at one in a movie. It wasn't Blue Velvet. I think it was called Blue Valentine. And the characters, hey, to the female, like, tell me a joke, or do you got any skills, whatever, tell me a joke, blah, blah, blah. And she tells this joke, and it's pretty much, she's like, the first time I heard it in the movie, I did laugh, and I was like, oh, she's like, there's an old man with like a little boy, and the old man and the little boy, they're walking farther into these woods, these deep, dark woods, and they're going farther and farther. It's getting darker and darker. The woods are getting deeper and deeper, and they're going farther and farther, and you can't see any more light, deeper and deeper, and there's no more lights, and it's scary, and there's weird noises, and the little kid goes, gee, mister, I'm scared. And the old man goes, you're scared. I got to walk out of here alone.
I know, I've heard that one.
Yeah, so,
it is a good joke.
In June 2016, so Mr. Cumia pleaded guilty to reduce misdemeanor charges of third-degree assault and criminal obstruction of breathing.
He is shaking. Well, he's only had 4 beers, and it's like 9 o'clock. It's like 9 o'clock, and he's only had 4 beers, so yeah, he's got the shakes.
He's got the shakes.
Yeah, Cumia, you have a full crowd. What the fuck are you doing?
Of the underlying by pleading guilty the elements of crime in open court to avoid the risk of a trial and the more severe penalties associated
Yeah, I don't know
with
who's even
his
paying
original
attention to
felony
I
charges.
know. I just noticed FKA Mammy just came up by Cumia getting in the picture.
Yeah, like literally nobody's paying it. There's like a couple of people that are still looking at them, but everybody else is talking to everybody else. Nobody's
Yeah,
even
they
paying
have
attention to them
they
at
have
this
their own
point.
conversations. I couldn't even figure out what that last chant was. I remember live, I couldn't figure it
Oscar
out.
Turner.
Is that what it was? All right.
Oscar Turner.
Because I remember live, Vince is like,
Yeah.
"What the fuck are they chanting?" I'm like, "Yeah, I couldn't figure it out either."
It was Oscar Turner.
Gotcha.
Which included second-degree strangulation.
Only second degree strangulation. You hit those numbers up.
Yeah, John ate that one up too, and I get it. It's not, but it's like obviously,
Well, from
Cumia
the
was-
story, well, obviously
yeah.
from Ant's side of the story,
right, right.
She kind of was. It was like it almost seemed like one of those situations where it's like, they were both kind of really fucking crazy.
Yeah,
But you know, when in a domestic violence situation, the man always gets arrested immediately, regardless of
Yep,
what
yep.
is happening. I mean, unless they come up and the woman is literally stabbing you, they will arrest her. But if you're like grabbing her and keeping her from stabbing you, you will get arrested.
yeah. I've known couples that beat the shit out of each other, so I don't know if it was that kind of situation where they're
It
both
was.
just shouldn't be
Yeah,
together.
well, they didn't really beat the shit out of her. She was fucking crazy. It was like one of those regrettable relationships, you know, where you know you're both like, I think they're both really alcoholics and stuff like that. I think this was like shortly after he got divorced for the first time, and like shortly after he got the Opie and Anthony shows stopped or something like that, and he dated a crazy chick.
Yeah, that's why. Like, I'm not gonna claim to be an expert on everything Cumia, but I know more about the young girls. There's more examples of young women, young girls, I believe, than the domestic shit. Like, this is the only domestic thing I know. I don't know if there's more, but this is all I know.
No, this
But
is it.
Yeah, okay, but I know there's multiple young girl, underage girl, taking a girl to the prom, catfish by a young girl. Like, that's why I think John would have been better off going there. He would have had more examples, and people might be like, yeah, you know what? She was a bitch. She was a drunk. It is what it is.
This wasn't
That's
John's idea. This is Ava's. So
fair
Ava
enough.
doesn't know anything about any of this.
Oh,
This is
that's
the only
not-
thing she knows.
Rupert Pumpkin, everybody! Rupert Pumpkin!
You know, I still need to watch that. I never watched it.
Oh yeah, with De
Never
Niro.
watched King of Comedy.
Yeah, I've never watched it, to be honest with you.
It's like I know the story.
Yeah, and what's funny is John brings it up all the time. They call somebody else. I forget. He calls someone else Rupert Pumpkin. I forget who it is.
He calls Vince a lawyer.
Vince. Oh, that's right.
It's like from the 70s, so you know you gotta.
Yeah.
You got to go through the being from the 70s kind of pacing in a movie.
I know, it's rough. Like, Raging Bull came out in 1980, and I love that movie, but that's like the few and far between, like those older movies that I like.
Oh yeah, they love their B-roll in those older movies.
Yeah.
Like, we don't need to see the entire drive between places.
Yeah, no.
It's all confused as a pragmatic judicial fair.
No.
The mommy.
Thanks for the shit.
We get our money back.
We were hoping for this.
Oh no, I don't think that's mommy. That was what's her name?
I think that's Mommy. I think she's getting a selfie right now.
No, the one that said, "Can we get our money back?" That
Oh,
was,
yeah.
Was name CBQ or something, like CB something or other?
Oh, yeah, her. Yeah. I didn't even know what
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. And I saw the fisherman was next to Cumia after this. Johnny Carson. He must have been there.
While the fund's record was reduced to non-criminal arrest intellectual mess. Public and legal record.
Yeah, we know.
I'm
We've all heard it.
I'm Spartacus! Do your act! 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 Do your act!
Calling is time. And we have who have been fired from multiple radio stations.
That was actually that was
It was
pretty
Cumia.
funny.
So are you.
In July 2014, for a series of racist tweets, including one where he referred to an African American woman as a savage.
Knight makes lots of money on that.
Show people how funny you are, dummy!
Is that big man over there?
Stating alcohol, and I had a very long, very successful relationship.
Can't beat that, by the way.
Yeah, this one I understood.
You're a strong muffin! You're a strong muffin! Get off the stage!
I don't understand what the guy was saying.
It's like he called him a stroke muffin.
That's what I heard. I
Yeah.
was like, the fuck's a stroke muffin?
Like, I know John's had 2 strokes, but what the fuck's a stroke muffin?
Was to barely pay.
I'm hoping he's just hearing it.
To the domestic assault situation
It's dead.
of December 19th.
Oh, this Tommy.
Your kids
Dude, it's like right here. It's right here where I thought, okay, he's going to do his set.
Yeah, I thought he was going to do something too.
Because he literally, as soon as he would skull, he had the whole room back. As soon as he would skull, everybody would skull.
And dude,
And that's because I think everybody thought he was going to start doing his set. And then he walked off. Like if he'd done his set right there, boom.
yeah,
All that was forgotten.
even if he just did the underwear, the guide, squeegee, whatever, the hits, the ones
just did the hits. Yeah, like
Yeah.
Keanu keeps saying, just done that and then just do all the hits.
Yep. I will say, so you kind of gave it away, John. That last page was numbered as page 5. You were almost done page 3 when Tommy grabbed that from you. And I'm assuming page 5 isn't a full page. So at most you had 2 pages left to read. That's all you had left. So you didn't have this whole great second thing planned. There's not enough pages for that. There just isn't. Like, I heard him say he was going to go into the cutting girl thing, which maybe he was. Maybe that was page 4 into 5, and then that was it. So he's acting like he had some mystery awesome plan now. It's like, that part I'm not buying. There's no
No,
fucking
he
way.
did not.
Yeah.
He's making that up now because everybody keeps saying, probably because Ditka and Clay or like whoever else he's talking to were probably, or he saw some of the reviews or whatever, and people are saying, I think what it comes down to is that a lot of actual established comedians are mostly upset with him for bailing out early. Even the club owner, he was on Rico today.
Yeah.
So I need to finish watching that after we're done. He was on today, and he said if John had given them early warning that he was going to do this, it would have been fine. But he didn't, because there's like a process to it where, once the headliner goes up, they give him like a couple of minutes. They do last call, and then they start doing the checks. And it takes 20, 30 minutes or whatever, get all the checks and get all the payment, and they get all that done while the headliner is going on. Well, when the headliner only does 5 minutes, it fucks all that up. So basically, he fucked the club. Is what happened.
I remember I was watching Vince and I saw them do last call like shortly after John went up, and then they're trying to frantically to get people to stay at their table and saying nobody, like everyone's going to be given like a green slip or something, a green card.
Well, that's the way they do it. Like you pay your tab and they come back with the green ticket and you can leave.
And no one can leave until they get that or whatever. So
and I guess a lot of people didn't pay. They just left.
It's fucked. Oh my god!
And so there's a lot of people on Rico today who offered to send the guy any money that that they might have lost. So the Dabbleverse is good people.
Yeah. So this is what Joey wanted me to play. I can't figure out how to get the audio going, but apparently this is angry. I don't have Snapchat, so I think I'm having issues. But this must be Angry Pineapple. So I'll have to check it out.
That's what I figured.
Yeah, I can't find a volume on this anywhere. So I have no idea. I don't want to report to Snap.
That's what I figured. Joey C doing a pineapple thing.
All right.
That's fine.
I'll check it out.
By the way, Joey C, political show. Political show.
So thank you guys for joining us. We got a little Joey C, a lot of Joey C, a little Israel like US bombing Iran, and some Stuttering John, Cumia, explosions and bombs.
The other bomb.
Rodney's, yeah. All right. Liquid Cryptid, thanks for joining me. Tell the people where they can find you, my friend.
Find me on Rumble, Liquid Cryptid, where you can find all of John's videos, or all of John's live streams. You can find me here, Liquid_Cryptid on YouTube. I'll start being a little more active again. I've been busy for a couple weeks, but I've been meaning to really stick it to John now. Basically, I'm going to, dare him to keep striking me now that I know the process of how to get rid of the strikes. The word of the next few months is accelerationism. Let's get John's channel terminated for abuse of copyright as fast as we possibly can.
Oof.
So I'll be trying to do more stuff like that, like stream sniping John on YouTube and not even caring about his music because it doesn't make any fucking difference at all.
Yeah, it's a stupid thing. Even the whole concept of that, I'm like, John, they're not trying to steal your music. You're forcing it on. You know what I mean? It's like it's the dumbest thing. It's not like somebody stole your song. Yeah,
it doesn't need the music in there to do the strike, because honestly, my third strike was on that John's delusional. I don't know if you saw the video, John's delusional monologue, the one they did like a few months ago when he first did like a monologue.
Yeah.
That's the one that was the one that got the third strike that took me down, and that had no music in it at all.
Wow.
And I think he did it because been trying to strike me on Rumble and nothing's happening.
Yeah.
So I think he just struck my YouTube channel to get it taken down because nothing's landing on Rumble.
Unreal.
Which, isn't legal, but okay.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to do anything about it. So
gotcha.
You can find me on there, and of course at Liquid Cryptid, one word on X, which is the best way to contact me.
There we go. All right. You can find me obviously here at OG Mumbling Nick on YouTube and on X. And every Saturday I'm on at 3 p.m. I'm on Liquid. I'm on Echo Pineapple's channel. We do Between Two Hacks. And I might be bringing back at least one. I will try my best lately. I've been kind of working on something I found. It's actually John related, so hopefully people will watch it. I've discussed multiple times about John doxing me, but this is a little different. This is John keeps saying that I did all this stuff. Like, I seem to be the one guy John won't have. I want to confront John on this stuff, and he never has me on. And I'm the one guy he seems to like never bring. He gives like he's had fucking Tommy Jordan on multiple times. It's like, what the fuck?
You don't pay him enough money.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, all these people, and I don't compliment them enough. You know, $2 Dan got on, who's a bigger name than me, but John didn't even know who he was. He just knows that he complimented John and criticized John's enemies. So, but I did look back, and I still have a bunch of videos that I made that I took down a long time ago with because of a certain baseball player wanted me to take him down, but it has a lot of the stuff in there that was going on at the time. So all these claims that John made that I said this, I said that, I did that aren't true. So I have the actual truth on all that stuff, and then the stuff he did. So I'm kind of putting it together, and I might cover it just to show exactly what happened back then before the doxing, not the doxing itself, just all the bullshit that John claims I said this or did that, and all this stuff I never did. I found
I Try My Best back. I love that show.
Yeah, at least for that. And I found a hilarious clip of John, because John took all the shit down, so all I have are the videos I made back then. And unfortunately, I talked over so much of it, but I got some of his clips in there. He's like, you know what? He called me the biggest Trumper in the Dabbleverse.
And you are.
Yeah, huge Trump fan. Huge. Right after he claims he has a mole that told him all this stuff about me, he found out I was a Trump fan. So yeah. So anyway, I'm trying to put that together. I think it could be interesting. Like I got clips of shit John saying now, that the stuff he claims I said and did, and then the clips of what I actually said and did, and then the stuff he did. So it could be interesting. But yeah, look out for that. I guess when hopefully I can get that done this week. But if not, we should be back next week unless something happens like it seems to happen every other week, but we'll see. But thank you guys. Thank you, Liquid, for joining me. And we'll see you guys next time.
Have a great night.
Peace.
Stuff, mumbling, pineapple stuff, dabbling, controversial stuff. Now I know y'all be loving this shit right here. N-I-C-K, mumbling is right here. People in the house, put them hands in the air, cause if you don't vote, then we don't care. 1, 2, 3 times 2 to the 6, Jonesing for your fix, so that dabble politics mix. So where the fudge you at, punk? Shut the fudge up and back the fudge up while we fudge this track up. On your flag jump, on your flag jump, on your flag jump, on your flag jump, on your flag jump. Retort in, now retort out. Hands up now, hands down. Back up, tell me what you're gonna touch now. Republicans in now, Democrats out. Guns up now, hands down. Black up, tell me what you're gonna vote now. Dabbling, 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 dabbling. Keep dabbling, 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 dabbling. Come on. Keep dabbling, 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 dabbling. 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 You wanna mess with dabbling in politics? You can't mess with dabbling in politics. Listen, we debate it on every week Saturday night, and this YouTube thing right here. Yo, we're doing it all the time, so you better get some better views and get saved up all your time. So we got the gang set, so don't complain yet. 24/7, never begging for a rain check. Old school dabble is blasting out the political shit. The back and forth shit, put bounce in the dabble pit.